And the Chicago Bulls continuing their Western swing tonight. This is the third game of it. They beat the Clippers, lost to the Warriors, and tonight taking on the Trailblazers in a building they haven't had much success in the last few years. 5 Hour Energy brings you the starting lineups tonight. Rose in the backcourt along with Bogans, their defensive specialist. Deng, Carlos Boozer, and the veteran 38-year-old Kurt Thomas inside his center. For the Trailblazers, Miller and Matthews in the backcourt. Batum, Aldridge, and inside Joel Prisbilla. Dante Cunningham, who was doubtful earlier in the day, will play tonight with a specially fit mask to guard against the fractured bone that he suffered on Saturday in Cleveland. We'll talk a lot about that as we continue tonight. Well, in Cleveland Saturday, it was bombs away. Blazers 12 of 19 from behind the three-point line. A ridiculous 63% from the land of plenty. Can't expect that every night. We'll get Rice's keys when we come back. Check with Porter. On you. That ought to do it.
I hope it works.
Miller Paint, your hometown and home team paint.
The Rockies run down the length of America like a backbone. And for almost 140 years now, that's where we've brewed our Coors Banquet beer, using only Rocky Mountain water and the best high country barley. That's something we refuse to change. And that's what having a backbone is all about. Coors, the banquet beer.
And just about set to get things underway here from the Rose Garden tonight. Trailblazers and Chicago Bulls. Before we do, we've got to get to the Northwest Ford stores. Keys to the game. Coach Rice, what are your keys?
Well, they've got to make sure, if you look at this Chicago Bulls team, total rebounds, they're second in the NBA. So hold the Bulls to 9 offensive rebounds. That's the first thing the Blazers have to do. Don't give them any second chance points. They're very good at that. First to 90, I think it's going to be a low-scoring, bump and grind defensive battle tonight. Both teams really going after each other on the defensive end. And more assists. The Blazers really have to concentrate on getting assists in this game. The Bulls, one of the best, simply because they have a guy, Rose, that can get up into the middle anytime he wants.
All right, those the Northwest Ford Store's keys to the game. Your keys. Let's get the keys from assistant coach Caleb Canales in the Corona Coaches Corner.
Obviously, it starts with Derek. He's playing at a MVP caliber type season, and Boozer's coming back into the mix. So, and you know, they're playing defense really well, so they've been doing a good job.
And that, the Corona Coaches Corner. Chicago Bulls 34-15 on the season. I think surprising even some Bulls fans as we throw it down for a Gatorade sideline report. Terry Porter, that's a pretty good record.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Mike. And when you talk about the Chicago Bulls, it all starts with Tom Thibodeau, who is credited for making the Celtics one of the best defensive teams in the league. So you knew when he got to Chicago, he was going to implement his defensive system. And they've shown this team has really stepped up their defense ability, and they have not allowed a team to get 100 points in the last 8 games. They have the capabilities of attacking in the open court because Derrick Rose, as everybody has stated, is an MVP candidate. First starting Bull since Michael Jordan. So it's going to be important that we do a good job of limiting his easy opportunities, but also recognizing our offense has got to be sharp and crisp.
Well, absolutely, Terry. And the Chicago Bulls, as Terry mentioned, Mike Rice, third best defense in the NBA, allowing just 92 a game. Tom Thibodeau, he took his time in deciding about, he had some other offers, and he was a guy that always wanted to make sure he was making the right move into the right situation. There was talk at New Orleans. Finally, the Chicago deal looks like the right one for him. And he looks like he's doing an outstanding job. When you look at them, the injury trouble they've had, and where they're at in the East right now.
Well, when everyone went crazy trying to get the big 3 that Miami eventually got, they didn't lose their core guys. So they still have Noah, Rose, Deng, and Gibson. And then they added Boozer, of course, and Korver. And they've got a complete team when they get Noah back.
Aldridge had a big game against Chicago back there. It was a long time ago, though. Batum gets hit by Deng. First foul on Deng. Will they give him free throws? That's what Batum is asking. And now Mark Lindsay and Monty McCutcheon say yes, he's going to get free throws. As tonight's game brought to you in high definition by Sylvania by Funai. So free throws coming for Batum.
And now they're going to look to see if it's 3 or 2.
It's 2. He was just barely above the top of the key when he let that go.
Nate said, we just came out of the locker room. I gave my pregame speech. My guys are emotionally ready, and you're going to take the edge off looking at the monitor. But they're, it's
just making sure.
Sure. And like you said, I didn't see his feet. You say it's a 2. I believe you because you always watch those close things like that.
There it is. See, right here he starts in three-point land, but by the time he did his spin move and then let it go, he was well inside.
That shows you how really mature Nikola is getting. Nikola.
Yeah, that's right.
See,
we're trying.
Yeah, we're trying because everyone says Nicholas, and that's all right with him. But
well, he said when we asked him the other night on the plane, he said it's fine.
Yeah,
Nicholas is fine. I said, well, what does your mom call you? Nicola. Okay.
Nicola. Yeah, Nicola. That's what it's going to be.
And it was nice because in Cleveland, he was impressed because the public address announced it the right way.
Yeah.
So he said, finally.
Sure. And we were talking about they've added, and now they're only 11-11 on the road now. They're just average on the road, but at home, 23-4.
Yeah, one of those was against Portland way back on November 2nd.
Yeah.
November 1st, actually.
Bogans will take that shot out there, and that's why you have
He doesn't take many, though.
Yeah.
Rose out to Bogans, and it was after the shot clock and good Blazer defense. As Tom Thibodeau would even be proud of that performance, as he is not happy about it here, but seeing good defense and recognizing it when he sees it.
The teams that have been able, Charlotte's 2-0, the Knicks 2-0, Golden State won the other night. They've double-teamed Rose, got the ball out of his hands. I don't think the Blazers will do that.
Oh, Batum again, as Nicholas coming off a hot shooting night. That's putting it mildly in Cleveland. He was 5 of 5 from behind the three-point line till he missed late. It was blocked.
And a lot of fans didn't understand the Blazers early. Said, Nicholas is not a guy that we're going to, boy, he'll make that too.
Kurt Thomas off the mark, rebound Batum.
And all the management of the Blazers said, Nicholas is an untouchable guy. And now the Blazer fans are seeing why. He is really opening up, getting more.
Miller has a spin out for Billa. Had to go out of bounds off of his arm, so Chicago will get it. Joel was kind of feeling like either he was fouled or it went off Chicago.
Boy, and Joel's still wondering what's going on here.
As Luol Deng, you see how Portland matches up. They put Matthews on Deng. The other end, Chicago has Keith Bogans on Matthews. As Carlos Boozer, Blazer fans know well that he loves that spot right there. He seems to have always had great games as a Utah Jazz player in this building.
Right, and we knew that Boozer would not be checking L.A. on the other end. They have Kurt Thomas on L.A., and if he gets in foul trouble, then they bring in Gibson, and he will check L.A. Yeah, Boozer won't be checking L.A. Boozer will save his strength, and he'll play off of Joel completely on the defensive end.
Rose wide open as the Blazers go under the pick, and Rose makes him pay and drops it down, and Chicago ties it at 4.
You have to remember now, he's really improved his shooting. He's up to 37%, Derrick Rose, on the three-pointers.
Back-to-back turnovers for Portland. As here comes Rose in transition.
This is where he is really dangerous, when it's open court and the defense isn't set.
Boozer, tough look over Prisbilla, couldn't hit it. Rebound Batum.
He has that same shot as L.A. You know how L.A. backs gets a little room? Well,
and that's all LaMarcus used to shoot.
Yeah.
Now, of course, he's got a lot of other facets to his offensive game. Matthews working against Bogans, a physical defender, and that's 3 in the key. And or a travel. They're going to say travel.
Yeah, they can call just about anything. He good defense on him. Bogans is a defender. He can defend. Luol Deng has improved his defense, so they're very good defending the perimeter, and they don't have to double team inside ever. So, that's why they're a good defensive team.
Rose again, same exact spot, same result. Blazers can't go under the pick on Derrick Rose. He makes him pay on back-to-back trips. Andre Miller draws the double. Blazers swing. Aldridge head fakes, goes to the rim and flips it in.
Yeah, that's something you didn't see in LA's game in the past either. Little pump fake. They got to really look at it because he can shoot there. Then he puts the ball on the floor.
And he handles the ball pretty well for a big guy going inside like you just saw and able to finish and cover a lot of ground with those strides. Rose, same spot. I suppose Portland's got to be convinced at this point he can hit that shot.
Yeah, well, Nicholas was playing off of him. He didn't want him to get around, but he now has to go out and play.
Matthews had a couple of turnovers already, and Bogans is the guy who always got the matchup on Brandon Roy. And he gets it on Matthews tonight. Wesley takes a long two, and that one off the mark. Aldridge trying to keep it alive and cannot. And Chicago a 2-point lead and the ball. Here comes Rose again, who's starting to heat up even as we speak. And there he goes again. And this one off the mark.
Yeah, that time he didn't have the flow, the momentum of a dribble and going up. He's much better when he does that. See, Bogus will get after you. He played Brandon real tough.
Foul on Deng, his second, and he'll have to come out. That's a big foul and a good job by Batum.
All you have to do is look at the last score sheet with Luol Deng had over 40 against the Blazers in Chicago.
Well, Brandon Roy on that Blazer bench in a suit, but not for long. Yes, Brandon before the game working out and looking good, and we happened to say, when are you coming back? He said, this weekend. Yeah. So Brandon Roy has circled Toronto as where he's going to likely play. Marcus Camby says, I'm playing in Toronto too. So Portland could be getting some guys back for this next road trip. But that's the big news. Brandon back and Camby. Look at them. They look nice in the suits.
Oh,
but
they'll look better at Blazer front. And Brandon Roy was going one-on-one against Billy Bano and really looking good. Looked like Brandon, he could get his shot.
That's where he came out. He had a smile on his face, was bouncing all over the floor as Bogans takes the three and leaves it short. And that's what I said to Brandon. You've got an extra hop to your step. He said, I'm going to have more than that in a couple of days.
Yeah. He's enthused about coming back. So you get Camby and Roy together.
Miller takes it down the left side. He faked the pick and roll with Prisbilla, who was coming over. And then kind of did a no-look drive. And Portland has tied it at 8. Here is Boozer working against Aldridge. Strong move and a strong finish by a strong man in Boozer.
Boy, and I'll tell you, that was a great pickup. They didn't get who they wanted in the big three, but they got Boozer, and he may turn out to be even better.
Aldridge, given the wide-open jumper by Thomas, steps back and hits it. Second field goal for LaMarcus, who had another double-double on Saturday night, 20 and 10.
Kurt Thomas is a great pickup for this Chicago Bulls team, and that's why they've been able to win games without Noah.
Got her through the middle is Rose. Jump hook over Prisbilla. What a tough shot.
Yeah. He has all the tools.
8 points on 4 of 5 shooting.
I remember when he was a rookie, he came in here and he was really nervous and he had a terrible game. Those days are over.
Miller takes it out. Rose gets him in the air and hits the bucket, and Rose picks up the foul.
And that's what we said in the pregame show. Andre Miller has to become a scorer tonight to make their guards work.
And Derrick Rose going to have a word with Mark Lindsay on his way to the huddle. It's a tie game, but Miller a chance to change that when we come back.
To the winner of Oregon Lottery's $1 million St. Patrick's Day raffle, a word of advice. Just because you're lucky like an Irishman doesn't mean you can dance like one. Lottery games are based on chance and should be played for entertainment only, not investment purposes.
Batum in the corner, goes big try, throws it down.
For even more Trailblazers coverage, don't miss Talkin' Ball after every game on Comcast Sportsnet, featuring Ian Fernandez, Dwight James, and a special guest for every show. Past Blazers, former NBA and college stars. You just never know who might show up. Make sure to catch Talkin' Ball, presented by the new Ram Outdoorsman, after every Blazers game on Comcast Sportsnet.
I inherited my father's 69 Norton Commando. It's been a dream of mine to restore it.
It's my dream for him to finish it. Frank has something great to save up for.
This is my dad. Isn't that cool?
And a very understanding girlfriend. I showed him a Wells Fargo savings account with my savings plan.
And what it does is it takes a little bit of my money and puts it towards my goal. I want to get all the original parts and do it right for my dad.
There's a couple months in between parts, so one at a time.
Wells Fargo, with you when it's time to save.
5:33 left opening quarter in Portland. Blazers and Bulls tied at 12. Rip City United, renew your season tickets by March 1st, and you'll get the Wesley Matthews 3-goggle bobblehead. Renew now and enter to win great weekly prizes, including a pair of additional season tickets in the 100 level for next year. Visit renew.trailblazers.com today. Join us for the next chapter and stay united.
How about Boston lost tonight to Charlotte?
Yeah. Chicago likes to hear that.
Yes.
As the Bulls coming off a 12-4 December, followed up by a 12-4 January, and 1-1 here in February. They've won 6 of 7, 9 of 11. They lost, of course, Saturday at Golden State.
They beat the Clippers at the start of this road trip. If you look at this road trip for them, you're going to be so disappointed in the schedule makers. They have a day off between every game, 2 days off between Utah and New Orleans at the end of the trip.
And massages every afternoon paid for by the league.
Yeah, so it's just unbelievable. No back-to-backs and day off, 2 days off.
Blazers, meanwhile, 4 games in 5 nights.
Yeah.
Leave Cleveland, come back to Portland, play 1 game, go back to Toronto, and start another road trip.
Yeah, 3 games in 4 nights again. Back-to-back Detroit, Minnesota. And you got to take a dog sled on that part of the trip.
Toronto, Detroit, Minnesota. That's the next trip. We thought it was cold on the last trip. Bulls out of the timeout. They go to Kurt Thomas from the elbow, and he buries that. That's his favorite shot.
Boy, they were ready for that zone defense. They went high-low immediately, got it to the high man, and he hit the low man. Some teams are not ready. They just look lost against the zone defense in the NBA.
Ronnie Brewer in for Chicago. He's guarding Matthews now, as they have Bogans on Batum. Matthews drives through the middle. Nice bank shot off the glass. He was patient and knew how much time he had left on the clock and put it down for his first field goal.
Their shots have come a lot easier, the Bulls and the Blazers so far. The Blazers have made tougher shots, but they have made them.
Derrick Rose, hand in the face this time, and that affected the shot. Rebound Presbilla, first time he has not been wide open. And in fact, he's telling Monty McCutcheon he was hit on the arm.
Yeah, he just wasn't a great shot, but he made 4. So
Miller, given the right lane, goes up and under. Missed the lane. Presbilla tips it in, but it was inside the cylinder, says Monty McCutcheon, and I think that was a good call.
I'll have to wait for replay before I give credit to any guy in a gray shirt.
Monty's one of the best, so I'm going to give him the benefit, and then...
Yeah, he wasn't against the Rockets in the playoffs. Looks like a love.
It was 2 years ago.
Well, I'm long.
You're holding on to grudges. That's only hurting you, not him.
I'm like an elephant. I remember things like that. Look, and that ball, I think, was coming out. I really think it cleared the rim. I'll have to look at that again.
Blazer 1-point lead after they wave the basket off, and now Rose has it one-on-one with Batum. High pick for Boozer. Blazers kind of switching. They weren't sure what to do. Boozer hands it off to Thomas, missed it, and Boozer with the left hand tips it in. That one was very clear of the rim.
Yeah, but the crowd wanted to let the ref know. They're switching on all cross picks with their guards and Luol Deng. All 3 of the front guys switch on any cross picks.
Aldridge, single covered by Thomas, should be able to score here, and does.
He gave him a little dipsy-do.
Aldridge 6 points, 3 of 4 shooting, and if they're not going to double him, why go anywhere else?
Especially against Kurt Thomas. Now, Thomas is a good position defender, but he's old. Boy, look at moving the pick right there.
Rose against Miller. Andre backing off, giving him the 3. Now they switch it. Batum back on to Rose. High arcing 2 is good. D.Rose has it stuck on automatic here early.
Yeah, you can tell.
Rudy to Matthews in transition. Nobody got back on Wesley.
Yeah.
And Fernandez, the nice assist.
And Brewer was lost.
So much for your low-scoring game so far, Patrick.
Yeah, I know it. But games that start off this way, defensive teams adjust and really start grinding.
Here's Rose again. He gets doubled. They swing it. Boozer into Aldridge, trying to get Aldridge to pick up a foul. He doesn't, but he gets his own miss and scores.
This is the smaller team now without Joel Przybilla in there.
Miller wide open, wouldn't pull that foul line jumper.
Rudy has to help out. Nicholas has to help out. He'll take that shot.
Pass it up. Rudy takes a 3 and hits as Rudy. Boy, is he on some kind of a roll right now shooting. He's had a couple of slumps this year, but not right now.
And this will make it so much easier for L.A. in the middle, making all those outside shots. You got to go out and play the shooters.
Boozer head fake on Aldridge, and this time LaMarcus fouls him hard and picks up his first foul. But you can see Boozer's main objective right now, get Aldridge into foul trouble. That's just the first on LaMarcus. But that's what he wants. Blazers by 2. 2:02 left opening quarter in Portland.
Three-pointer right of the key. Bang! They're dancing in the aisles in the Rose Garden.
Rudy challenge. Lob to Aldridge with one hand.
Most people know that the nicest used cars are trade-ins, but it's difficult to find a good selection. Not here. At Landmark Ford & Lincoln, we've been one of the Northwest's highest volume dealerships for years, and we stock more than 100 clean, dependable trade-ins. Of course, we'd never have sold so many new vehicles if we didn't have great prices. And you'll save money on our used cars and trucks, too. So see us today at Landmark Ford & Lincoln in Tigard. We're just off I-5 at the Haines Street exit. Get more, spend less.
It's a great day to be a Blazer. Now here's Aldridge cutting to the rim. Dunks it. James dribbles right, turns the corner to the hoop. Oh, Batum blocked it. What better ticket in this town is there than a Blazers home basketball game? You tell me.
And back inside a sold-out Rose Garden, Blazers by 2 over the Bulls here in the first quarter. Fans, for a limited time, you can open a new Wells Fargo checking package and take home a limited edition bobblehead of Nicolas Batum. Visit your local Wells Fargo or trailblazers.com for more details. Batum 6 of 8 from the field at Cleveland on Saturday. He's hit his first attempt here tonight, and we asked Nicholas, you know, what do you do to get up for ball games, get that shot going in for you?
I start, we play good defense, couple of rebounds, and that gave me confidence because my first tweet, I hit my first tweet, I think, at the end of the second quarter. It was very late on the game, so I didn't make it in the first quarter or the first minute of the game. So try to do the other thing to give me confidence, and then I feel great to make my shot.
Well, he was 5 for 5 when he put up a shot in Chicago, and Jamario Moon blocked it, and that might have gone in too. He was 5 for 5 at the time, ended up 5 for 6, but had 21 points and 7 rebounds in that ball game. And when he gets it going from his favorite spot, which is the corner 3, you know, it really helps guys like LaMarcus inside as Boozer misses the first free throw.
If I'd have had an accent like that, like Nicola, in college, I'd have never left college. I'd have just stayed there.
Yeah, but you met your wife in college. You met Kathy. She was a hoopster.
I'd have met a lot of people with that accent. Man, that guy, when I listened to it.
I understand. Oui. So 1 of 2 for Boozer. Blazers by 1. There's Batum. Oui from Andre Miller.
He was wide open the first time. And he stayed there. They never did catch up to him. That was bad defense by the Boos.
Kyle Korver in for Chicago.
Boy, they run this, set good picks and run.
There's Korver for three.
Yeah. See, they just run Rose, and you're so concentrated on Rose on that dribble handoff that you see Korver coming around, and he gets another pick. And I'll tell you, that guy is money in the bank.
They're trying to defend Batum with Boozer. That one out of the hands of Batum in the corner, so Portland turns it over. That's 5 Portland turnovers already. Here's the replay. Look at him running Boozer off picks.
Yeah, Boozer has no idea where he is.
And Sean Marks will replace Aldridge to get LaMarcus a little extra rest here. And for Chicago, Taj Gibson, the former USC Trojan, checks in. And Albert Hensley is reminding everybody in the first 5 rows that Gibson went to USC.
Gibson has really developed into an outstanding guy coming off that bench.
Korver again.
Yeah, he's money in the bank. And it looked like a moving pick. And that's what Rudy was telling Monty McCutcheon. Monty said, oh, next week.
3 former Utah Jazz players on the floor as recent as last year, and Matthews, Boozer, and Korver.
Yeah.
And Thibodeau, not understanding. As the Trailblazers trailing it by 2. Sean Marks back to Miller. Andre from the elbow hits it over Derrick Rose as Andre was having a rough game shooting the basketball in Cleveland and then reeled off 3 straight in the final 5 minutes of that game to really help Portland. And as we say, he oftentimes does that. He's a clutch shooter late. Korver, cross court. Brewer, another former member of the Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
And that's short and picked up by Miller.
Blazers are about a 2.5 second difference, so Blazers will take the last shot. They tell Marks, don't start it so quick. Start it around 9.
They'll keep Rudy hidden in that right corner. Rose went down. Miller. Oh, and a late call. That's what the Blazers were upset about. I think it's the right call, but what was that like?
He was kind of tripping. They wanted to call the first time. Now, he fell on his own. They wanted to call this one, and they didn't. So to make up for it,
And the whistle didn't come until Batum had it and was firing the 3, which he made. And Luke Babbitt in, and Patty Mills in for Portland. And Tom Thibodeau out near midcourt to design a final look here for Chicago.
Yeah, you want to watch Korver on these final looks. Rose dribbles and then finds Korver.
Rose short with it. Over the back is Gibson. They'll wave it off. And 1.2 left for Portland. Carlos Boozer well out on the floor, disagreeing with the foul on Taj Gibson. And that's penalty time, so that's going to cost the Bulls a pair of Portland free throws.
And Rudy and Patty Cakes, they grabbed Babbitt right away and told him, box out. Don't be out jumping these guys. Box them out.
But it's Batum who'll be shooting. They're going to make sure. They're going to make sure that it is Batum, because this is an old Mike Rice trick. You would sneak in your 95% free throw shooter.
Yeah, but Babbitt is a great foul shooter.
Well, it's Batum. He's right there.
Oh,
look at it. See Gibson?
Yeah.
Forearm in the back, and there it is.
Yeah.
And then he gets the rebound and scores. And
1 point, almost 1.3 on it.
So it is Batum. Tom Thibodeau still out doing some coaching.
Kurt Thomas and Nicola talking it over.
And that's the reason it was for Chicago costly, because they had 14 fouls. And Batum, he's pretty hot as of late from the free throw line. You know what he is in his last, how many out of his last 40 do you think he's made?
I think he's made 36.
37.
Oh, man, that is good. Yeah, he had a streak going 21 in a row or something one time. his game is just, I mean, every day.
He just turned 22. That's the reminder.
Yes.
So now, Chicago with a final look, and they're taking it very seriously. Here's Rose from beyond the midcourt line. Oh, that look. He got his feet set and let it fire. But the Trailblazers, they shot 54% on Saturday, did the Blazers. They're only shooting 78% through one quarter.
Wow.
Blazers, 28.
Bump and grind.
This Valentine's Day, trust FTD to deliver beautiful flowers that will show her how you really feel. Flowers say it better. FTD says it best. Visit FTD.com.
Whole grain oats, plump raisins, sweet cranberries, and crisp fresh apples. Freshly made just for you. Introducing McDonald's new Fruit and Maple Oatmeal. It tastes as good as it sounds. The simple joy of wholesome meets delicious.
In 1932, Stark's Vacuums opened with one store and one simple promise.
My grandfather's pricing philosophy was to make sure he had the best price. We still do that today. Buying from Stark's, you really get better value. A lot of times for the same price, you can get a machine of better quality that they don't offer.
That quality starts with the Northwest's largest selection of high-performance Miele vacuums starting at only $2.99. You'll also find the versatile Dirt Devil Featherlight Upright for only $39.95. Get the Stark's Vacuums low price guarantee at all 9 Stark's Vacuums locations.
Here they come, yo. Here they come. Here they come.
Dipping. Come on.
Two teams that are in the top 10 in the NBA in defense. It's going to be a bump and grind, 3 yards and a cloud of dust. Look at those offensive numbers.
Oh, that's...
You're out of your mind, Coach.
But I still think this game is going to get defensive-minded before, but 79%. Terry Porter couldn't shoot like that.
What do you think, TP?
The only way I could shoot like that was in the gym by myself. I can say that right now. I tell you, this is not Thibodeau's typical defense. These guys are doing a great job. The Blazers are really moving the ball and attacking the rim. And on the other end, they just got to continue to get in the Rose face and not allow him to get to the basket. Those are some of the important things that Nate really emphasized in the timeout to start the second quarter.
Well, Omer Asik thought he had a clear path to the rim. Joel Prisbilla sent it back. It was kind of a Camby-like block that Joel normally gets him up high, but he got this one down low.
Yeah, and that's, well, he doesn't have the spring he used to, but Ashiki thinks he does.
That's Asik. That's okay. Shot clock at 2. Patty got to go up with a 3. Long, and Korver the rebound for Chicago.
Patty's got to recognize that and get aggressive earlier, like 5 seconds, so he doesn't have to end up throwing it up.
Korver hit and scores the bucket.
Boy, and they run that so often. They give him a down pick. He just runs. He can go either way on the baseline. See, he's coming off the pick right there.
Got him right on the wrist.
Yeah, he got him on the wrist. And I mean, Korver is one of those guys that if he shoots under 50% in a game,
there's
Dante with the...
He's available to play tonight, despite the elbow he took the other night. You see the specially made mask.
And he actually asked Jay Jensen, do I have to wear the mask?
Yeah, he didn't like it. But, I mean, you can see why. But we haven't seen him yet, and we know that he's available. There you see the swelling around the eye. He's got a broken orbital bone in that right eye closer to the nose.
And what freaked me out was the fact that the blood came out of the eye after when he blew his nose.
Prisbilla gets it inside. Gibson blocks it. Prisbilla had trouble with the catch and didn't get up high. Brewer then in transition lays it in. And this game more up-tempo. As Portland will have it, C.J. Watson knocked it out of bounds. Well, in this bench unit for Chicago getting after you defensively.
Well, they have a very good bench, as we said. They kept their core, and because of it, they got rid of Tyrus Thomas, kind of a guy that wasn't great in the locker room. He had wanted minutes and all that stuff, so they didn't want to get rid of Kurt Heinrich, but they had to clear cap room.
Matthews took a bump, flips it up, no. Rebound, Gibson. Wesley got a good look at that one on a move that he often puts down. And here come the Bulls trying to add to their three-point lead. Korver down low. Amir Ashik off the glass. Missed it. Blazers trying to grab it. Can't. Brewer out top to Korver. And then Rudy takes it away. Fernandez knocks it out of bounds, I believe. Chicago ball. A good hustle by Fernandez, who gave up the body there out in the front court.
And I'll tell you what, that's when Rudy's happy with his surroundings, he'll do things like this. He'll get after it.
Boy, he had that steal one right between his legs.
Yes, I know it.
Here's Watson around a Gibson pick. Brewer, long two is long. Rebound, Ashik. And he lays it in. Strong move by Omer Ashik, the rookie from Turkey.
And that was one of the things that I talked about. You've got to make sure you don't give them second chance offensive rebounds.
5 offensive rebounds to none so far. Aldridge against Gibson puts it up short. Korver the rebound for Chicago. The second unit advantage to the Bulls. Big time right now. Ashik again. Blocked by Aldridge. Picked up, though, by Brewer, and he lays it in. Another second chance opportunity. That's 6 offensive rebounds.
Yeah,
and Nate McMillan will call timeout.
Yeah, the Blazers trying to get up court, trying to run before they possess the ball.
Well, you can see Tom Thibodeau, and it's amazing sometimes. It's not a secret. Play hard.
Yeah.
This Chicago second unit playing hard and leading by 7.
If you've never gotten stuck in traffic, if you've never practiced voodoo, if you've never gorged yourself, you wouldn't understand. It's a Northwest thing, and so is Honda. Earth-friendly, economical, exceptional. Cars as special and distinctive as we are, with a 50-year reputation for value. And right now, you'll find special savings on every Honda model. So get into your Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda, it's a Northwest thing.
On the next all-new episode of Wanted, the ladies compete to make it to the top 12 and a chance to host their own adventure series. Do they have strength?
My strength is me.
Speed.
Is that all you have left?
Stamina.
I'm a little out of breath.
And the ability to shine on camera.
Do everything it takes to win it.
They lay everything on the line for a chance to be Wanted. Catch an all-new episode of Wanted, Adventure Woman, presented by Fred Meyer, tomorrow at 10 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Jack, what is this?
My spicy chicken sandwich?
How long have you had a spicy chicken sandwich?
Forever. My spicy chicken sandwich is a classic, with a spicy, crispy, all-white meat chicken breast, lettuce, tomato, and mayo on a sesame seed bun.
I thought I knew you. What else are you hiding from me?
Nothing. I think she's on to us.
Well, the Chicago Bulls out asserting themselves. You see Bobo Sipka right there. He's the former Chicago Bulls coach. He's kind of taking charge of this timeout and telling the Blazer players what's going on. You don't see that very often.
Yeah.
Steal of the game tonight. It's one ticket in the club level. That means all-inclusive food and non-alcoholic beverage. See the Blazers take on the New Orleans Hornets, who lost tonight to Minnesota at home. February 16th, by the way, and a pair of 3 goggles only for $80. 503-797-9600 or visit trailblazers.com And you can do that right now.
And I think what they're talking about probably was put more pressure on the guards. You're letting them run any offense they want down at the other end. They're setting good picks. Get after it.
It's a 9-0 Bulls run. Portland going back to Aldridge. Got deep position on Gibson that time. Just too strong, and that gives you a good idea. I mean, Gibson, a second-year player out of USC who is a hustle player and a strong player.
Yeah.
But Aldridge just backed him down and went right through him. Joining us from the Trailblazers bench, Trailblazers center Marcus Camby. Marcus, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
You watch a quarter like this where Chicago all of a sudden with 6 offensive rebounds. There's another one. We could use you out there.
Definitely. I think that's the key of the ball game right now. Look at the second chance points. It's 10-0. Something our coach talked about in the huddle just now.
So how are you coming along with the knee? I mean, you're doing a little bit more each game, it seems like, in the pregame warm-ups.
Yeah, each game I'm running a little bit more, getting more comfortable, just running on my knee, and hopefully I can get back out there real soon to help the guys out.
As Brewer misses the dunk, Patty Mills on the break, lays it in. Well, Marcus, talk about this season. We've heard you talk about this before, but, with all the injuries, the fight that you guys continue to show, as we've seen teams like Utah, we've seen teams like even Boston, when they start to get banged up, they start losing a lot of games. You guys have managed to stay right here despite all of the injuries. And as Portland lobs in transition to L.A.
Good pass.
And I think, Marcus, there'll be a timeout call, so we'll hook back up with you after the timeout.
You got it.
As the Trailblazers get out in transition, and Chicago started out hustling Portland. Blazers now giving them some of that back.
You need a timeout and let somebody talk to you.
He thought he was on a road trip to Dallas, but he was on a freeway to hell.
Black Mamba, boss wants your shoes.
The world's best basketball player in his biggest challenge yet. Kobe Bryant is the Black Mamba, a Nike basketball production directed by Robert Rodriguez. Coming soon.
My friends and I were driving to the Salt Lake Airport to fly to a music teachers conference when our tires started going flat. We called the Les Schwab in Ogden, Utah, and they said, "Come on in." They were so fast, we didn't even eat the free popcorn. There you go. And we even made our flight. In a world where such great customer service is not always the case, it's nice to know there's Les Schwab. I'm Bonnie Lamborn, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
What is that, shredded beef?
Yeah, it's
What happened?
That's the slow simmered beef talking. That's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
Slow done right. Mexican spices and shredded beef, slow simmered. A barbacoa burrito, new at Taco Bell.
And back in the beautiful Northwest after trekking through the frozen upper Midwest up last week. Nice to be home. As the Trailblazers with a 1-game homestand, Mike Rice, before another 3-game road trip. Well, now is the time to honor the person that you think of as the great coach in your life, the inspirational individual. Can I nominate you, Coach Rice?
I was going to say, if you don't, I will.
To be the Ford Coach of the Year. 4 winners will be selected to receive $2,500 towards their organization.
I have an organization.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Your Northwest Ford stores and the Blazers will also recognize winners with a special assembly. Visit trailblazers.com for details. Marcus Camby, you back with us?
Yes, I'm still here.
All right, well, I was talking about, you knew where I was going with that. Talk about the fact that you guys have been able to hang on through all of this adversity this season. Talk about how you've been able to do that.
I think a lot of credit has to go to the coaches and what you guys have been doing here long before I got here. Remember last year the team was battling injuries. And when I got here, somehow we managed to win 50 ball games and make it into the playoffs. So this team has always found a way to persevere, and hopefully this year will be no different.
You know, Marcus, I'm looking at the stats, Elias stats, and the Blazers have 4 players that have played more minutes than anybody in the NBA, total minutes. So you're going to be welcome back, because in February they have really, they're knocking people down, Marcus.
I see that.
Yeah. Now, also Brandon Roy worked out tonight before the ball game and said, I'm coming back soon. What's that going to be like?
We would love to have him back. You know, he's been battling injuries all season long. And good job, LA. Yeah. Anytime you can bring back an all-star on your team, it can only help. So we just want to make sure that he's right before he comes back, but he's definitely going to be welcomed back with open arms.
What's it like, though, Marcus, is each time things change as far as guys in and out? I mean, even in Cleveland, you know, Dante starts and then he leaves after 13 minutes, and all of a sudden the rotation is jumbled. Is it something you guys are just used to, so it doesn't affect you that much?
I don't know. My mom said there's something in the water up here or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't know. It just seems like, I don't want to use the word snake, but it's hard to think otherwise. But you know, it's just happens. You know, every team, NBA team, goes through injuries. It just seems we've been going through a lot.
Aldridge fouled by Boozer. Talk about the season that LaMarcus has had, Marcus. As you know, we all thought that he was deserving of an all-star bid, but talk about what he has done. The changes you've seen in his game from last year to this year.
I mean, he has been phenomenal. It's just a shame that he didn't get picked for the all-star. I mean, it's unheard of. I can see the coaches not voting for him, but I mean, even the commissioner not voting for him. And despite him carrying this franchise on his back and leading us to a good win total, and he picked somebody else that the team has won 11 ball games. You know, I always thought about my 15 years in the league has always been about wins and losses, and it's a shame that he didn't get a chance to get it. But you know, he's definitely an all-star in our book, and you know, he's definitely going to have many years of making an all-star team. So this is just a minor setback for him.
You know, with you and Brandon looking over the horizon, this team could be something special after the all-star break. What do you think?
I'm looking forward to the month of March. I think last year when we got here, I may be wrong, I think we were like 13-2 in the month of March. So, you know, hopefully, you know, things can go our way. We definitely have to solidify our home court and make the Rose Garden a place that teams fear coming into this building.
Well, Marcus, we know you have a second career when you're done playing basketball. You want to be a broadcaster. So anytime you want to hop in with us,
I'm always available. I love to talk to you guys. I don't know why you waited to the last home game to talk to me.
Yeah, what's that all about? We'll do it on the road, Marcus, but you'll be playing by then, hopefully. You planning on coming back at Toronto?
You know, I don't know. I still haven't practiced yet. I'm going to try to do some stuff in the next practice and just try to take it day by day.
All right, thanks, Marcus. We appreciate it.
Anytime, guys.
Marcus Camby joining us from the Trailblazer bench. How great is it? We had Brandon on a week and a half or so ago, joining us for a little while. And tonight we throw the headset on Marcus Camby.
Yeah. And
sitting right there on the bench.
They miss his passing, high post passing down low, but they're not double teaming LaMarcus at all.
Aldridge, long, two, leaves it a little short.
Boy, that looked good.
And the rebound to Boozer. The Chicago lead 3. As Chicago shooting 49%, Blazers 63%. Here's Rose working against Batum. We got Nicholas leaning back that time. A step back and hit it. And Derrick Rose with 12 on 6 of 10 shooting.
And he's had a nice rest. Rose has always come back after a subpar game, which he had against Golden State. Look at Nicholas.
That's so easy.
You know how they run Korver off of that pick?
Yeah.
Boy, that play for Nicholas.
He didn't even look for his shot. He found himself wide open and shot that from his heel.
Yeah, he's going to be something special.
Steal, Fernandez, but he was on the sideline, says Pat Frayer, who was right in front of the call. So right in front of the play, that is.
So. I hope we can see that on a replay. Let's take a look and see.
Let's see. Let's take another look at another.
I'll tell you what. See, they're saying he came back, but he's totally in bounds when he takes it.
Boozer has it go through his hands out of bounds.
Yeah,
so the Blazers get it back.
I don't know what Frayer was looking at.
Well,
apparently he didn't see the ball.
We had it slowed down to where it was bang, bang, and it looked like he did reestablish himself, but that's tough guy.
And he does have a nice haircut.
Yeah, so we let that go a little bit. Aldridge, wide open, wouldn't shoot that ball. Here's Batum. The cutter, Andre Miller to the rim, scores over Luol Deng.
Now they're giving Chicago a little bit of their same medicine, that high post, people running off the high post picks. I like it. Nicholas checking one of the big guys inside.
Batum gets an elbow to the chops from Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas will throw him too.
Hands it off to Rose. Rose doubled. He was looking for the shot. Now fires cross court up top. Korver for three. Missed it. Shot clock buzzer. He missed it badly as well.
See how they double-teamed Rose.
Matthews, the trailer. Fernandez, no, but he's fouled. Free throws coming. Rudy taking a beating here in the first half, but filling the lanes and a nice drop pass by Matthews.
Yeah, get those camera guys back. Especially Jeremy.
That's right.
He got hit on the leg, and he deserves it. He's too close to the court.
Look at him. There's right into Jeremy's legs.
Well, Rudy wouldn't get hurt there. You ever see his legs, Jeremy's, like scarecrow?
Is he right?
Yeah. I'll tell you, the Blazers are up for this game. And Chicago, they have not lost more than 2 in a row all season. They're one of the 4 teams that can state that, and that's Celtics, Thunder, and Spurs. So you're talking about some real good defensive teams, all of them, and you can put Chicago in that category.
There's the Blazer run. And of course, the Blazers beat the Spurs in their last home game. Nice spin to the baseline. Batum blocks it. And they're going to call a goaltend, saying it must have hit the backboard first.
Well, let's take a look at the replay.
Yep, good call.
Yeah.
In fact, that wasn't even close.
But the spectators down here,
you trying to get him fired up?
Yeah, he said when he yelled out to Nate, bad calls.
Batum through the middle. Korver there, and Nick hit by Korver, wanted the and one. But Nick with 12 points on 4 of 4 shooting.
I think they should talk something over. The Blazers offense looks like a juggernaut.
And Nick going to the Monty McCutcheon and saying he got me right on the arm. I like the aggressiveness. Frenchie oftentimes, as he says, can be a little bit, just kind of says whatever. But going after the officials, that's all right.
Yeah,
it's a 20-second timeout.
He's a scorer.
Let's see if he had a case here. Because he was trying to say it.
Look. Okay, watch this. Oh, yeah, he slapped him.
Yeah, but you're not going to get that call.
Yeah, that was Boozer. He did a Karl Malone, tried to get him before he went up.
Well, going back 2 games now, Batum 10 for his last 12 from the field. And, of course, 6 of those have been 3-point attempts by Batum, so that's pretty impressive stuff.
And you knew Thibodeau would call the timeout and talk defense. So this is where the game gets a little interesting now, because both teams have been yelled at. The Blazers really had a nice look at this.
And this
in
was
the
Batum
Cleveland game.
in that Cleveland game, and he was 5 for 5, and really, you don't see a Portland team leaning on the 3-point shot very often, but in Cleveland it was the right time to get it.
Yeah, because Cleveland defended it 43% on the year, so it's a team that can't defend it. Now Chicago can defend it. So this is the Blazers really earning their outside makes tonight.
Korver against Andre Miller. Now back to Rose. Matthews on him. Rose pull up 2 over Wesley. Short. Rebound kicks right to Boozer, and he lays it in. Well, you do not see this Portland team not only give up this many offensive rebounds. Is Batum going to set for a 3 here? Short. Rebound Thomas. So we'll see if now it's Chicago out of a timeout with a serve.
Yeah, the Blazers, they were fighting each other.
Steal. Miller got a piece of it. Rudy up ahead of the pack. Going to lay it in.
Now they'll try to come right back with Rose.
Another Neal steal. Rudy nearly got it. Now tips it. And the Blazers do steal.
And the crowd gets into the game.
Some hustle by Rudy Fernandez making things happen.
You got to love this Blazer team. They work.
Trying to run Batum off some picks.
Rudy's posting up.
Now it's Matthews, baseline hit and out of bounds. And Nate McMillan wanting free throws there, but Mark Lindsay not thinking there's a case for that. 7 to shoot for the Blazers when we come back. But Chicago, 44 field goal attempts. Blazers, 29. You never see that happen with this Portland team.
Fans, this could be you winning a brand new Toyota at a Trailblazers game. That's right, a brand new Toyota. Your local Toyota dealers and the Trailblazers are giving you the chance to make a half-court shot and drive away in a new Toyota. To put a spin on things, we'll have each lucky contestant spin a wheel to see which great Toyota vehicle they'll be shooting for. Make the shot and drive away in a brand new Toyota. Enter at trailblazers.com or text Toyota WIN to 66937 for your chance to spin and win a new Toyota.
What's the best part about buying a Toyota certified used vehicle? It's not the 160-point inspection, the incredible warranties, the 24-hour roadside assistance, or the Carfax Vehicle History Report. It's that you're getting a Toyota. Toyota certified used vehicles. The best new cars make the best used cars. Hurry in and get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on all Toyota certified used vehicles. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota.
I love these new cell phones.
He just got a new phone, and he can't stop using it.
Boom. Profile pic.
Do you guys need a moment?
Since John is always on his phone, we thought he'd like using Wells Fargo mobile banking.
Just paid the electric bill?
Wow.
He's able to pay his bills, check his balance. Wow. Even transfer money between accounts.
I can tell you what's playing here if you like.
I can tell you, too.
See?
Wells Fargo, with you when life is mobile.
Adam and Michael in your home court studio. Blazers up 1 right now, and one of your points on point in the pregame was points in the paint. None better and none easier than this one that was right at the rim.
Well, it's easier because D.Rose starts doing jumping jacks guarding the ball. Young players at home, don't do jumping jacks when you're guarding the ball because this is what happens. An easy bucket over the top. Points in the paint, key for the Blazers.
The McDonald's halftime report mere minutes away, but for the rest of the second quarter, let's go back courtside and Mike, guys.
All right, thanks, Adam. Blazers shot 54% in Cleveland Saturday. Coach Rice there at 66% with 2:17 left in the first half. Is that cause for concern, or
well, the only concern is he ran in some second-team guys, and they could only play 2 minutes. He had to get the starters back in. And as I said, in February, Blazers have 4 of the top 5 in minutes played. They all average around 43 minutes a game in February. So you wonder, will the Blazers break down?
Lob to Aldridge, and he's fouled by Thomas. Free throws coming.
They're saying no free throws.
Okay, no free throws here. Just a team foul on Chicago.
And I was here. Blazer bench
is good. Wondering why there's no free throws, but
now why don't you take a look at that?
Okay. Manny McCutcheon telling the Blazer bench. Pat Frayer was saying it was not before the ball. They're trying to say if the ball was not passed in bounds, it would be a 2-shot foul. Rudy for 3, around and out.
That's Rudy's shot. That's
rebound Thomas.
Yeah, that's how you keep people honest.
Blazers just 1 of 4 from behind the 3-point line. And Chicago looks to regain the lead. Rose, baseline, lays it up and in. Blazers came to help.
Now, the guy that couldn't help was Rudy. He was the guy that had the best angle, but he's checking Korver. You help off Korver, and it's a 3 instead of a 2. So you got to push him back to the middle.
Blazers not sure what they want to do here. Batum passed up the 3. Matthews, wide open 3. Short. Aldridge, tap back, rebound, Portland.
He did a Marcus Camby.
Sure did.
Ooh, they're backing off Nicholas again. Loser.
Batum, around and out. Rebound Brewer. Portland suddenly cooling off, down to 59%. So forget about the 66 I just talked about.
Yeah, and they can take advantage of Boozer trying to check Nicholas. Nicholas will get shots. See, now they're double teaming him a lot more.
Brewer inside, kicked it out. Korver didn't get a catch on it. Miller up ahead. Rudy to Matthews, and he scores.
Who said his ankle's bad?
Oh, what a play by Rudy to keep that alive, and Andre Miller with the directional tap to start the fast break.
They've been very active defensively, and why shouldn't they be? They're 4th in the NBA in steals, that Blazer team.
And it's not like there have been a ton of turnovers in this game.
No. Look at Rudy helping out, fronting the post.
Brewer stolen away by Miller. Matthews up ahead, trying to grab it, can't. Now forces the jump ball. Boy, a great job by Wesley to hustle back and earn at least a jump ball. Take a look at it here. That's the play before. I thought Rudy's pass was way too far for Matthews. And here's the play right here. As Matthews dives back on it. And so he and Ronnie Brewer will jump it up. Brewer got a little height advantage and probably a little better jumper.
Yeah, he's pretty good standstill jumper, so they'll get the tip. You got to make sure it's not tipped to Rose, and then he has the open court.
Oh, Matthews, he actually was up equal on that.
Yeah. So there's about a 2-3 seconds. See, they'll try to go right and go and let them make sure Rudy stays on Korver. If Rudy helps out, Korver will get the shot. There it is.
Rose spins. Hit inside. He'll shoot free throws. And that'll be the second foul on Aldridge. No, excuse me. It is on Aldridge. His second. Crowd wanted to carry.
I guess so.
Take a look at this here.
Watch this. You talk about it. See, he brought it all the way around. He didn't dribble it around. He carried it around. Yeah, well, it's a carry.
Taj Gibson back in for Chicago. 6.8 seconds left. Blazers have a 20, and they'll use it after this first free throw. And now they'll take the 20 to set up a final look. Well, you talked about the Blazers' minutes. Rudy Fernandez played 16 off the bench tonight. But other than that, I mean, Patty 5, Babbitt 3, Marks 2, and it's going to be heavy minutes once again. And you get the feeling until people come back, this is just how it's going to be. Look at L.A., Batum, and Miller, all in the top 5 in total minutes in February.
And only Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay usually leads the NBA with Aldridge in total minutes. They've played so many minutes, but now they've added the other guys because they just, tonight's a perfect example. Patty Mills has played 4 minutes, Luke Babbage a minute and 35, and Sean Marks 2:15. That's it, as you said. And that, as long as you got a couple of days in between, but when you're playing the schedule the Blazers are, you start to run down late in the games.
Well, we'll leave for Toronto on Thursday and then take on the Raptors on Friday night. And then have Detroit and Minnesota on that trip before coming back home for one game against New Orleans, and then it's the All-Star break. Here's the upcoming schedule.
Yeah.
You see where the break comes after the 16th, from the 16th, 23rd.
I may go to, not tomorrow, I'm sure they'll have a maintenance day tomorrow. I may go to the practice coming up on Wednesday.
That's your only day off. Missed free throw. Bulls keep it alive. Gibson missed the lay-in. Batum grabs it. Blazers dodge one there. Matthews from behind the three-point line and half-court line. And it's off the mark. So we end up at halftime in a higher scoring contest than anybody predicted, as Chicago trying to bounce back following a disappointing upset loss at Golden State on Saturday. Trailblazers trying to grab home win number 18. And they shoot 59% in the first half. Can they continue anything close to that in the second? The halftime show coming up. Stay tuned.
Come to Standard TV and Appliance. Get a larger-than-life home cinema experience with intense color and incredible picture performance in both 2D and 3D at Standard TV and Appliance. Save up to $500 instantly on all 65-inch or larger Mitsubishi TVs. And for Blazer fans, ask for free delivery. For the best selection and the best prices, hurry in to Standard TV and Appliance.
Coming up on Comcast Sportsnet.
Friday, February 11th at 4 against Jared Bayless and the Toronto Raptors. Sunday, February 13th at 3 against Tayshaun Prince and the Detroit Pistons. Monday, February 14th at 5 against Kevin Love and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Comcast Sportsnet, home of the Portland Trailblazers.
You never know where in Oregon you'll find me in my Ford F-150. We could be heading to the top of Mount Hood or tailgating at the game. We could be tracking elk across Eagle Cap or pulling steelhead out of the Deschutes. Yeah, me and my Ford could be just about anywhere. But most likely, we're taking the kids to school, to practice, wherever.
Now lease an F-150 Super Cab XLT 4x4 with Chrome and Tow for $309 a month. Log on to CompareFord.com, then visit your Northwest Ford stores today.
At LifeWise Health Plan of Oregon, we give you dependable coverage that's boringly good. And we also encourage good health with things like discounted gym memberships, online health assessment tools, and support for healthy living. You took the stairs and you did it. You made it. Good work. You're a real stairmaster. We got the stairs on the way down, maybe? You really inspire me, both of you. Terrific work, sir. That's a step in the right direction. That's right. Get it? Step in the right direction.
This has been some run-and-gun, high-octane basketball thus far in the first half. Trailblazers and Bulls all knotted up at 50 apiece. Welcome inside. This is your McDonald's Halftime Report, everyone. Adam Bjarnson along with Michael Holton, and your impressions of that first half. That was some fun basketball to watch.
Yeah, it was a lot of energy and a lot of offense, a lot of up and down, and the Trailblazers shot an incredible percentage.
Yeah, let's bring in a third partner of our team. Of course, that's Terry Porter. And Terry, this has been all about the high percentages as far as shooting for both teams. What about the pace of play? Is that contributing to all of this?
Well, this game is not the way we advertise it. Obviously, both of these teams are pretty solid defensive teams. It becomes a track meet. Both teams are executing their offense at a very high clip. Blazers almost after the first quarter was shooting 70-plus points, 70-plus percentage. So look for, I think, both teams to really tighten up in the second half and make some adjustments.
Yeah, this can't continue, can it?
No, I don't think so.
All right, Trailblazers, thanks, TP. Trailblazers shooting 58.8% in that opening half, Michael. And Andre Miller, he has been Mr. Do-It-All, whether it has been, shooting the ball or being a facilitator out there.
Well, what we're seeing tonight, and I haven't seen this is what you call a straight line drive. Straight to the rim, unobstructed. Andre deciding to be more aggressive. Again, this is a straight line drive. Draw a line. And the quickest distance between 2 points is a straight line drive, add a pump fake, and then you got an and one the old-fashioned way. D.Rose decides to do calisthenics guarding the ball, and Andre says that's not going to work either. Nicholas Batum on the business end. Andre Miller setting the table.
Let's take a look at his line right now. 9 points, 4 assists, 3 steals, Michael. That is impressive. He's got 3 of the Blazers' 4 steals in that first half. One of Rice's key was to hold the Bulls to 9 offensive boards or less. Right now, they've got... they've got 9. So the Bulls doing a great job, and that's why they're in this game.
Well, that's how the Bulls are staying in the game. The Trailblazers shooting a high percentage, but the Bulls a 9-1 advantage on the offensive board. So pounding the Blazers on the inside has been a recipe for the Bulls to stay in the game and to withstand an incredible shooting half by the Portland Trailblazers. The Bulls, everybody in the Bulls uniform is finding their way inside the restricted area, and that is a difficult area to guard. You can even charge when you get in there. Drop a shoulder on it. And the Navy Miller's going to have to address that at the half.
And once the Trailblazers get Marcus Camby back, hopefully when they face Toronto on Friday, all of this will all be shored up. LaMarcus Aldridge has been, energized, and he's been the Blazers' leading man right now with 14 in that starting role.
Well, LaMarcus has been La Money. I mean, when the ball goes to LaMarcus, and now he's, again, adding something to his game. He's turning down the drive, showing you that he's got a little length and a little flipper, and then a little clinic. Shows it. A little triple threat, a little jab. This is a clinic on the right block. He left Kurt Thomas hanging out on the line to drive. You think LA's going to shoot a jumper? Oh, watch out. You haven't seen his smooth with a roughness play.
Meet you at the rim, I guess.
A meeting at 10 and one guy showed up.
All right, LaMarcus right now with 14 points, 6 of 9 from the floor. Perfect 2 of 2 from the free throw line. The only thing that you got to watch as this game goes on are the 2 personal fouls that he's got. But, 2 personal fouls by halftime, that's all right. All right, much more to get to when we return on the McDonald's Halftime Report. We are back right after this.
Beef, meet flame. Flame, meet flavor. Flavor, meet your crazy cousin. World, meet the BK Stuffed Steakhouse. Plain broiled beef stuffed with bold cheddar cheese and spicy jalapenos deep down inside. The first burger that's fiery from the inside out. The new BK Stuffed Steakhouse, just $3.99, only at Burger King.
I've been a customer of other luxury dealerships.
What does Coach McMillan think of doing business with Rasmussen BMW?
Rasmussen BMW outperforms them all.
There really is a Rasmussen difference.
Everyone I've dealt with at Rasmussen really understands customer service.
Discover the Rasmussen difference for yourself at Southwest Jefferson at 20th and RasmussenBMW.com.
I'm totally satisfied with Rasmussen BMW, and believe me, I would know if they dropped the ball.
Okay, are you sure this color says lackadaisical?
Yeah, it's got to scream unmotivating.
I'm positive this is the color you want.
Okay, let's get to work. Hey, Rice, Pepto Pink looks pretty good on you. That ought to do it.
I hope it works.
Miller Paint, your hometown and home team paint.
This copyrighted telecast of the NBA may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used without the express written consent of the NBA. Visit NBA.com or watch NBA TV for all NBA news and video highlights.
Welcome back, everyone. Trailblazers and Bulls all knotted up at 50 apiece. You want to hear the sounds of the Trailblazers a cappella group? No, it's the Oregon Ducks, the On the Rocks, the very popular group, performing tonight, of course, at the Trailblazers game, and you just heard a little bit of them there. Let's take a look at what else is happening in the NBA. We're going to begin with the...
Oh, he looks unhappy.
Yes. Cavs trying to not extend the streak to 25 straight, but that's Sean Marion, the reverse. Mavs in the first half, they're up by 15. But then here come the Cavaliers. The Mavs and the Cavs. J.J. Hickson ties it in the fourth. Jason Terry the three. But no, the Cavaliers lose again. That's their 25th straight. Utah at Sacramento. Al Jefferson.
1 on 5.
Leading the Jazz out of the box. And then Tyreek Evans with a triple drive.
Former Rookie of the Year.
Right. And then it's Darren Williams. D-Will. Straight to the cup. Just who needs two hands when you can just use one?
Making it look easy.
Yep. Sacramento up by 1 at the half, though. Houston at Denver. Rick Adelman working through adversity. Suspended Aaron Brooks for detrimental conduct. And that's Carmelo Anthony. Luis Scola from the elbow. Leads the Rockets early as they begin to build the lead. And then Kevin Martin, Kmart, says, you know, I'm just going to back it up a little, and I'll take 3. 3's always better than 2. And Houston up by 12 in the fourth quarter. All right, Charlotte's your winner. Minnesota beats New Orleans in their house. It was the Lakers dusting off Memphis 93-84. And Dallas has beat Cleveland, as we mentioned, 99-96. 91-81 at last check. The Rockets over Denver. These games in progress. Sacramento, the 1-point lead. And Phoenix all over Golden State. Michael, what are you looking forward to in this second half?
I think rebounding. Rebounding is the key. The Trailblazers on the offensive board.
And of course you want to keep the other team. You want to keep them off of the boards. Chicago doing a great job on the offensive boards with 9 in the first half. All right, third quarter action just ahead. Chicago and the Blazers all tied at 50. Mike and Mike are back after this.
I don't want to get up. I don't want to go to work. I hate mornings. Great, I have 20 minutes. No time for coffee. Hello, my friend.
Can't get it together in the morning? Try 5-Hour Energy. It's simple, effective, and unlike coffee, it's ready right now. No waiting, no hassle.
Let's do this.
5-Hour Energy, the no wait, no hassle way to a great morning.
That is makes me crazy. Don't underestimate me.
Find out more about what makes Misty crazy. Catch an all-new episode of Wanted, Adventure Woman, every Tuesday at 10 p.m. on Comcast Sportsnet.
We all want it so badly that I'm sure we're gonna rip our heads off if we have to.
Find out what Carmen and the others want so badly. Catch an all-new episode of Wanted, Adventure Woman, every Tuesday at 10 p.m. on Comcast Sportsnet.
Oil change? Covered. Flat tire? Covered. Emergency tow? Covered. Cost? Nothing. Now that fits your budget. Toyota. Everything you need, only better. Introducing Toyota Care, featuring the first complimentary maintenance plan offered by any full-line brand. Get coverage for 2 years or 25,000 miles and 24/7 roadside assistance. Toyota.
When you try to check off your to-do list, you could drive all over town, wasting lots of time and gas. Or just go to Fred Meyer. Find everything you need in one stop. When you've got a lot on your list, the shortest distance between you and saving time, money, and gas is a straight line to Fred Meyer. Fred Meyer, what's on your list today?
Blazers basketball is being brought to you by Kia Motors, proud partner of the Portland Trail Blazers. To learn more, visit kia.com. By McDonald's. Try McDonald's Angus Third Pounders with 100% juicy Angus beef. It's beefier beefiness. I'm loving it. By Spirit Mountain Casino, the Northwest premier entertainment destination. By Sylvania by Funai, proud partner of the Portland Trailblazers. And by Gatorade, introducing the G Series. Gatorade has evolved.
Look at our hardworking crew in the television truck. State-of-the-art, high definition.
Look at that.
McMurtry, don't wave us off that shot. Stay on. Look at it. He's trying to get off the shot. There he. We're circling people now. Curtin Burns, Kimmy Anderson, John McConnell, John LaCroft in the other room.
Yeah, I could get confused in that. Look at all the
there's
monitors
a couple of things to look at in there. Right. Well, thanks for showing yourselves, guys, for a change. We like to see it. Mike Barrett, Mike Rice back here at the Rose Garden. Blazers, again, the advantage in field goal percentage, but getting beaten on the backboards badly. What's going to give first?
Well, and that's why the Blazers aren't 10 up right now. They're playing marvelously on the offensive end, but they're just not. And it's because when Joel goes out of the game, Nicholas becomes a power forward, and they're just not big enough to battle Chicago on the boards. It's a good question you pose right there. 59% for the Blazers. Look at that. Amazing.
Three-point shooting, not a huge factor. Blazers were obviously very successful from behind the line in Cleveland on Saturday.
Cleveland is saying, look at that. They're 1 for 6 tonight. Why didn't they do that against us? Free throw shooting, 9 for 9 for the Blazers. Pretty good. Derrick Rose usually gets about 6 attempts a game, so he's way down in that category. And there's the big 9-1 in offensive rebounds favors the Bulls. So you can't beat this Bulls team if you don't keep them off the boards better than that.
And there you see the turnovers. Well, of course, Dante Cunningham we thought was going to play tonight. He was doubtful early in the day. There are the assists. That's good for Portland right there.
Yes.
And then you see Rose and Boozer leading the way for Chicago. I almost said Utah, thinking of Boozer.
Yeah, right.
Aldridge, Batum, and Miller leading the way for Portland. As Aldridge, 14 points, couple of rebounds for him. But we thought Dante Cunningham would play tonight. Was listed as doubtful earlier in the day, then probable, but just haven't seen him yet tonight, dealing with the broken orbital bone. You see this right eye there from the elbow he took on Saturday night, but haven't seen him yet tonight. Kia likes to help us get to know our Trailblazer players a little better. And speaking of Chicago, Babo Sipka, the former assistant coach with the Bulls, now a coach with the Trailblazers. I thought it was interesting to see that timeout in the first half when Osipka was doing the coaching. He was there next to Nate McMillan, kind of taking over the timeout, and he knows this Chicago team. I mean, even though you've got a different crew in there with Tom Thibodeau than what Osipka had last year in Vinny Del Negro, but still.
He knows the personnel,
sure does.
and he knows how to defend them. So he was, in that timeout, they were talking defense.
And he's the defensive coordinator,
yes.
if there is one.
And they have tightened up the defense. Early in the game, they were getting layups. And when you get layups, that allows their big guys to really squeeze on the offensive boards. Blazers making the Bulls go all the way up court to get the ball. And once again, Wesley Matthews starts on D.Rose.
Rose 15 in that first half, 7 of 12 shooting. Deng is the one who is quiet, and they want to get him going. And there's another offensive rebound to start things off in the second. But you see where they're going quickly, and that's Deng. Had 40 against the Trailblazers in the first meeting. Here he is in the corner for an easy three. Around and out, another offensive rebound. That's 11-1. Rose for three. Finally, the Blazers corral it because Chicago's simply too tired. They were all standing out behind the three-point line.
Well, they figure if we get 11 shots here, one of them's going to go in.
I think they thought it wasn't fair, and they just rather not play that.
Yeah.
Matthews, far side to Miller. Andre leans in for a long two and rims it around and in. Andre, who's been struggling, he's 5 of 6 tonight.
Yeah, he was real aggressive early, and then they really clamped down on him a little bit, but he comes out in the second quarter.
Thomas trying to draw the foul as Batum went through the pick. Boy, Nicholas nearly stole that. Thomas along two. He's around and out. Aldridge the rebound. Prisbilla gets thrown to the floor. Just, I guess, just in case the officials didn't see it, Joel wanted to emphasize the foul by going down like he was shot.
Well, they not only are rebounding the ball well, they're shooting well. And now it's cooled off, and we hope the offensive rebounds cool off a little bit, too. Now, remember, they're a very good defensive team, so you're not going to get anything easy against them.
Aldridge, a long two, gets the roll.
Unless you know the rim.
Right. Boy, that's 7 of 10 for L.A., 16 points.
The iron was kind.
Sure was. Blazers matched their largest lead of the game right now. Chicago's only led by as many as 7. Down goes Andre Miller. Rose through the middle, spins it off the glass and down. Blazers were outnumbered after Andre fell.
They have that dribble handoff, and Rose gets it, and boy, he is tough. When he's going right, forget it.
Miller around the corner, missed the shot, but he is fouled. Kurt Thomas arguing that, but he'll get the foul. Boy, it's amazing. You keep waiting. As we'll see the Aldridge jumper here a moment ago. You keep waiting. Deng, you forget, had 40 the first time these teams played. He has not scored tonight. And he's 0 for 3.
And his shot the last two in this quarter just pulled the string on it. Didn't follow through at all. Hit the front of the rim.
A lot of it is because of the quick 2 fouls he picked up. Yeah. And it's amazing in this league how oftentimes 2 early fouls in a game can take a guy completely out the rest of the night.
Yeah.
And it clearly we're not through the rest of the night yet, but Deng has been a non-factor because of the 2 early fouls.
Yeah, they put Korver in, and everyone else got in their rhythm.
It changes the rotation.
And it just right. And Deng's a player. Now, he's been mentioned as one of the trade chips in Chicago. They'd love to get Carmelo.
He got Nicholas leaning that time. Bogan's wide open 3, short. Rebound Aldridge. Blazers trying not to give second chances, even though Portland's top rebounder in Camby is not in there. That's out of bounds off of Miller. Mad at himself. Good defense on the edge by Keith Bogans.
And plus, LaMarcus Aldridge, as trailer was coming up, wide open. Ooh, Andre, look again.
Now here's Bogans with Miller on him. They post up Boozer. Prisbilla comes to double. Pushes him out of the middle. The Bulls trying to rotate it. Batum tipped it away. And the Blazers steal.
They forget about Nicola's long arms.
We're trying.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it.
Matthews wants to post up on Rose. Now he has it. Shot clock at 10. Matthews up and under, left it short. Good defense by Rose. You've seen Miller try to post up Rose a couple of times. There you see Matthews. Not a lot of success at that. Thomas in the corner. Deng for 3. He's going to hit one eventually. It's not going to be here.
Everything is short.
Now was aiming a little bit. They lob to Aldridge, guides it to the rim, but he was fouled. This will be free throws.
Yeah, Kurt Thomas gave him a push.
No, they're not going to give free throws.
Oh, now that's got to be free throws. That's got to be free throws because he was guiding the ball. Watch him guide it. He's trying to tip it in.
All right, they correct it now. As they were saying on the side, Monty McCutcheon came over and said, no. They said Mike and Mike were correct. Put him at the line for 2.
The wrath of the mics.
That's not something you want to be on the wrong side.
They don't want that because we have the mic and they don't.
Marcus is just his second trip to the free throw line in this game. Blazers as a team.
No, you better not.
I started saying it before I remember.
Yeah, that's right. You'll get the wrath.
Believe me, that's happened before.
This is a very good crowd tonight. They're into the game.
Oh, they get it back though. I'm off the hook.
Yeah, right. If they didn't, we'd have cooked. Yeah. By the way, fans, that was
they lob back door to Matthews. Tried to hurry it, missed it, but got it back. Third opportunity. Three-pointer off the mark by Batum. Blazers come up short, and this is a good opportunity as Chicago is struggling to push a little lead.
Oh, yes. That's when you want to take it to the rim and let them foul you. Forget the outside shots on that. Look at Rose.
Rose over Prisbilla. Hits that. Derrick Rose, 19 now in the game on 9 of 15 shooting.
But the Blazers have done a much better job squeezing him so he doesn't get the looks.
Here's Batum against Deng. Aldridge waits for Cutters to clear. Down the middle, he's fouled. Boy, he got by Thomas once without a foul, trying to draw it. Then continued. I don't think it was a foul the first time. And then finally Thomas had to drop the arm on him. That's the 4th on Kurt Thomas, so that'll bring Taj Gibson into the game. And I don't know.
Yeah,
that's
Gibson,
good or bad. Gibson's so active.
Yes, and it's not a good thing. Kurt Thomas gives you a lot of experience. He really sets good picks for Derrick Rose when he's dribbling all over the court. But Gibson is a great leaper at Southern Cal. You could see he was going to be a good NBA player.
And back in the summertime, you know, when there was all the talk about Rudy Fernandez wanting a trade and wanting to go play elsewhere, Chicago was one of those places. And at least if what you read is true, the guy that Portland wanted was Taj Gibson. But that's the guy Chicago would not give up to get Rudy, even when they were talking about needing a perimeter shooter to go along with Korver, of course. But it didn't happen. And now Rudy's happy and doesn't want to go anywhere else.
You know, you got Noah and you got Gibson. They're 2 young inside players. Boy, you can build around guys like that for your inside.
Here's Rose, doubled. Blazers get the ball out of his hands. Boozer leans into Prisbilla, missed it off of Deng, out of bounds to Portland.
Boy, that is great defense. First stopping Rose, then stopping Boozer. They had a field day the first half. They scored 3/4 of the points in the first quarter.
There's
for the Bulls.
Joakim Noah.
What a
hoping to get him
guy,
back.
energy guy he is. Oh,
can you imagine? I mean, they're sitting here at 34 and 15. And they went the first 15 games of the season without Boozer.
Yeah.
Andre getting a pick from Aldridge, leans at the rim, left it short. Rebound Boozer. And you have to think, Aldridge is having such success. Of course, he just got Kurt Thomas fouled out of the game, or at least on the bench for now. And Portland not going with a steady diet of Aldridge as Lou Deng gets his first bucket of the game. Up ahead, Aldridge running the floor, and he's fouled again. Why go anywhere else right now than LaMarcus Aldridge if you're Portland?
Absolutely. They'll get fouls. And that was unbelievable because they touched the ball, Boozer, as it went through. The referee immediately threw it to Andre Miller, and Andre Miller just threw it up court. So you can't loaf when Andre has it in the backcourt and he has his man running up the middle of the court. L.A.
First time these teams played back in November on the 1st. It was on that first road trip. Aldridge had 33 points, 9 rebounds at Chicago. Yeah, and it was a tough night for Batum, who gave up 40 to Deng and only was 1 of 5 himself. Wesley Matthews was only 1 of 4 in that ball game. Brandon Roy was at least somewhat contained by Bogans, and Portland lost. Now here, when the Blazers and Bulls have battled in this building in the last couple of years, Portland has just hammered it. In the last 2 games in Portland, The Blazers have won by a combined 66 points.
Of course, they didn't have the Derrick Rose that Chicago has now. They have the Derrick Rose, got a little nervous.
That ball poked by Aldridge. Shot clock at 3.
He'll shoot a jumper right there.
Rose, step back. Couldn't get the 3 off. Shot clock expires. Aldridge played great defense.
Yes, he did. He took the initial jump shot away from him. He knew that he'd go by him, and he was hoping the clock would run out, and they did. See, he'll go by his right arm just to take that away and hope the clock runs out, and it did. Smart move by L.A.
Only the 8th turnover for Chicago. Matthews been quiet offensively for him. Miller trying to get a pick from Presbilla. They don't know what they're going to do. Shot clock at 7. Batum just pulls up for 2. No. Presbilla follows it. No. Rebound. Miller in traffic, and they'll reset. Joel at point-blank range. They lob to Aldridge. He had to reset himself, then throws it up. No. Rebound. Aldridge. And finally dunks it, and he's fouled. No, timeout, Chicago. He wasn't fouled, but just give him the 2 and give them the hustle points.
Poster.
As the Blazers coming back in that rebound battle that we talked about was so key in the first half.
Welcome to 4G.
We just got a new version.
All aboard the 5G train. How many bloody G's are there?
I'll take it from here.
Okay.
All right, we're going to lose Ozzy and bring in the new one.
Okay.
Ozzy's in the background.
What?
In the background.
The new buyback program. You buy it now, we buy it back when it's time to upgrade.
It's Bieber 6G Fever.
What's a 6G?
What's a Bieber?
I don't know. Kind of looks like a girl.
What is that, shredded beef?
Yeah. It's
What happened?
That's the slow simmered beef talking. That's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
Slow done right. Mexican spices and shredded beef, slow simmered. A barbacoa burrito, new at Taco Bell.
And back here in Portland, the Trailblazers a 7-point lead, matching their largest lead of the night. That also matches Chicago's largest lead. Been a great ball game. Steal of the game includes 1 ticket in the club level with all-inclusive food and non-alcoholic beverage to see the Blazers take on New Orleans. That's on February 16th. And you get a pair of free 3 goggles for only $80. The whole thing. 797-9600 or visit trailblazers.com, and you can do that right now. Trailblazers still shooting 52% in the ball game. And Aldridge working hard for the offensive rebound.
Yeah, in L.A., before the ball game, I told him, hey, this is one of the coaches that didn't vote for you for the All-Star team. I didn't tell him that Eastern coaches couldn't vote for Western guys. But, you know, that's just a minor thing.
Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Boy, when he gets this ball coming off this.
Chicago's been good out of timeouts in this ballgame. They get set to Deng for 3. Looks well off, and it is. The rebound off of Gibson, Portland ball. The Blazers letting Gibson get close inside position.
Yeah, he's an excellent rebounder. Runs the court well.
But the Blazers were being out-rebounded at halftime, 20-14. It's now 25-23 Chicago. So the Blazers close the gap.
Yeah, they've come alive a little bit. They're moving the ball around.
Miller steps through, double team, walks to the rim and flips it in.
I'll tell you, there were 3 Bulls there. I don't know how he got through.
Blazers' largest lead, now of 9.
Wesley staying out on road. You got to double him if he goes either way. They switch it.
Bogans, shovel pass to Boozer. Miller knocks it away, and it'll be Chicago ball with 7 to shoot. Looked like it might have gone on Boozer.
Boy, that's for sure.
Here's Andre at the other end. There's 3 Chicago players. They know he's a pass-first guy, so they're all waiting for the pass. Rose, catch and shoot out of the inbound. Missed it. Blazers standing around, and Miller fouls Boozer. That'll be no free throws here.
But believe me, that saved a dunk.
It did. That's the first team foul on Portland.
Boozer was ready to throw it down, and that's what the guards have to do, especially when it's a small unit in there. Now, once again, Nicholas goes to the power forward spot.
And this is where the rebound total got out of whack in the first half. Deng can't get it in. Now finally goes to Rose. They got a new shot clock out of that. Less than 5 to play here in the third. Rose and Deng playing catch.
Blazers switching on all side picks, and it's really working.
Boozer. Boy, Batum had a hand right in his face.
That was great.
Boozer still hit it.
Boozer leans back. Very difficult shot.
And he releases from above his head.
Yes. Almost like Oscar Robertson in the old days. He brought that ball back over his head on his right shoulder.
Andre making Rose work defensively, that's for sure. Still has the ball. Kicks it back to L.A. Pick and pop.
Pick and pop is right.
25 for Aldridge, and Miller really making Derrick Rose expend some energy defending him. We didn't think that would be the case necessarily. Bogans, far corner, Deng. Deng on the move, puts it up, scores, and he's fouled. Foul's going to be on Rudy. That's his second foul, and free throws for Luol Deng, his first trip to the line. Here's Miller.
Yeah, then Miller really making Rose try to run around picks, get hit by picks, taking a little energy from him.
And there's Luol Deng. You can see him starting to be a bigger part of this game.
Yeah, they really got out and closed on him. He's not shooting the ball well tonight.
Missed the free throw, too.
So, maybe you give him that, and Deng can put the ball on the ground. He's pretty good.
Omer Ashik in for Chicago, and Boozer out. Now, Ashik had a pretty nice... Oh, it's Aldridge. That hit the rim, and he grabbed it and still dunked it reverse stop.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do, because the big fella is trying to three-quarters L.A. and try to keep the ball from entering from the out court. So he spun on him for the alley-oop.
Rose over Batum, got another one. Nicholas gives him a little bit too much room.
Where the Blazers are best is when they're trying to set picks for Rose. Then you can double them, switch. But when it's
backdoor pass knocked away and stolen. Miller's gotten away with a couple of those. Rudy could have had that one.
Rudy could have had it.
Dang. Ashik, and he jams. Here come the Bulls, and Portland calls time. As this is the time you mentioned during the last timeout off the air, when the teams have to substitute, then it'll get interesting again, and that's what's happening. 3:13 left in the third. Blazer lead down to 5.
How much fun can you have in one night? Try this. Need more time?
Excuse me. Your change. It's nice to know you can trust people. State Farm is counting on it. They want you to talk to your neighbors, then call a State Farm agent, find out how you can get discounts up to 40%. See, State Farm insures 40 million drivers. That's more than Geico and Progressive combined. 40 million drivers, more savings, and discounts up to 40%.
So call an agent at 1-800-STATE-FARM or go online.
Well, the Blazers leading the third quarter here, 19-14, and after the game was tied at 50 at halftime. 3:13 left in the quarter. Wells Fargo, the official financial partner of the Trailblazers. Together we'll go far. Let's also go back to the next game as we go back to the, I don't know if Toronto can be considered upper Midwest, but it's cold, I know that.
Yes.
And that's our next ball game, the first game of a 3-game road trip. As you take a look at right now who's been hot for the Trailblazers. Aldridge in his last 4 games, and tonight he's got 27. Matthews, there are some nights when Wesley concentrates more defensively, and you can see that.
Well, he's checking Derrick Rose.
Right.
So you've got to make sure all your energy is checking Rose.
Well, Terry Porter, what happened during the timeout?
Well, he talked about 2 areas. First area is defense. As far as Deng is looking to attack, we got to do a much better job of keeping him in front of it. Then offensively, he really stressed to the guys, we got to keep our tempo, attack with either LA or pick and rolls, and then attack the rim and make sure we are sharp with it.
All right, thanks, Terry. As you saw, the good defense by Omer Ashiq. Rose loses that. Rudy steals. Rose wanting a foul. And LA wanted one at the other end, so I guess we call it even.
Now remember,
Aldridge in transition with 2 hands from Andre Miller.
Yeah, you cannot turn your back like the big guy for the Bulls. Essex is.
That's secondary fast break stage.
That's right. And when Aldridge, he'll either lead the break for the big guy.
And Chicago turns it over again.
Now remember, Derrick Rose had 9 turnovers against Golden State. That's why Golden State was able to beat him.
He had 6 the first time these teams played. He's got 3 tonight.
Well, that's
I'll make it 4.
Yeah,
over the last 2.
Secondary fast break. LA coming up that middle. Don't forget him.
Well, they're looking for him in transition tonight, aren't they? Not only secondary fast break, but even after made buckets. Miller kicks it back to Aldridge. This one off the mark. Ashiq closed well there and affected the shot.
Gibson, really good defensive rebounder. Well, the whole team is.
Foul on Batum.
No, I think maybe.
Oh, it is on Andre
Miller.
3rd team foul, first in the last 2 minutes.
Deng was trying to post him up. And if Andre Miller doesn't want you to post him up, you're not going to. He'll take a foul. You're not posting him up.
So Aldridge with 29 points and 7 rebounds will sit down.
I was wondering where they're going to try to get. He needs a little rest.
He's not going to get much.
No, he won't get much. He'll come in at the quarter.
And this will be a key 145. Yeah. This is a longer stretch than normal without him. Ashiq put it on the deck, got away with the travel, and then dunked it. Blazer bench was up, wanting the walk.
That's when you really got to go after a guy like that. Don't let him dunk.
But Ashiq looks pretty good. He's looked good tonight. He's given Chicago some solid play at the backup 5. Andre, up and under, move goes glass, and got Derrick Rose in the air. And at times, and we know this, we've seen Andre Miller against some talented, energetic young point guards make him look silly on occasion.
Yeah, now Sean, they're going to let Sean try to check on the pick and roll. He's got to step out now. Ooh.
Rose explodes, Batum blocks it, and a foul call. It's going to be on Marks, I think.
He gave him that old, he hit him in the head stuff. When a referee knows he made a mistake, he's either down, it was down by his knee, or on the side of the head.
He called it on Marks indeed. It was not on Batum.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if Marks did indeed hit it. It looked like he did. I think it's a good call.
You do, huh?
I don't even.
Yeah, thank you.
I think it's Derrick Rose going down the middle and missing away. Babbitt in. And Matthews out. So the Trailblazers, of course, no Dante Cunningham tonight. Only 9 players available for court. And what else is new?
It's kind of dangerous. Sean Marks and Babbitt, 2 young guys in there at the same time.
Marks is not a young guy.
Well, as far as playing experience, that's
I love me some Sean Marks, but he's 35.
Yeah, right.
Under minutes of play, Andre around and out, Babbitt over the back, and that'll be free throws for Chicago. So when Aldridge came out at 145, that's when we said, it's a big 145. Can you escape in the corner without any further damage now? And Chicago knowing, hey, this is opportunity time to close here in this quarter and get right back in the game.
Yeah, and this is a good 7. Give Andre a little rest. Andre has played hard tonight in this type of game, so he'll be coming out. Patty Mills will be coming in. I like like the fact that Babbitt was going after that offensive rebound. He just went over somebody, but he's got to be aggressive.
Boy, Andre Miller's been good tonight, hasn't he? 17 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds for Andre, 7 of 10 shooting.
Yeah, between him and Aldridge, they have been really holding the Blazers in.
1 of 2 for Luol Deng. He's 2 of 7 from the field, 1 of 3 at the line. Not his best night yet through 3 quarters. Blazers were up 7 when Aldridge came out. They're trying to hold the fort. Rudy goes high off the backboard, and here come the Bulls the other way again.
He's getting a running start, Rose. You got to step out. And Sean Marks is backing up. That's the worst thing you can do. You show fear and back up, he'll go right at you and take that easy jumper. And step out and really make him change direction.
You got to give Aldridge some rest, but when you go to the bench, this is what has happened. The 7-point lead is really quickly down to 2. Marks, catch and shoot, top of the key, drills it.
Yeah, he can do that now. Sean Marks go make that shot. Big basket right there. Now get ready to step out and double.
Rose over Patty, missed it. Rebound, Rudy. Is that a loose ball foul on Portland? It is. That's going to be free throws with 2.9 left, and the Blazers headed the other way.
Who fouled?
Sean Marks.
Well, it was a real touch-and-go foul before that with Rose went to the line.
Take a look at the left side there. Wow.
See, the guy flopped.
And Ashik misses the first free throw, 56%. 55% for Ashik. Second-round pick last year.
They tried to play him early in the year quite a bit.
And makes 1 of 2, so it could be worse. 3 seconds, Patty. Patty still with it. Tried to go up with it, and you're not going to get a foul call there. And we are through 3 quarters, and the Trailblazers win the third quarter by 3. They had a 9-point lead at one point in that third, and now they got to go to the fourth with a 75-72 lead. Chicago trying to get back on track after their loss at Golden State. Blazers trying to win yet another home game.
It's a great day to be a Blazer. Now here's Aldridge cutting to the rim, dunks it. James dribbles right, turns the corner to the hoop. Oh, Batum blocks it. What better ticket in this town is there than a Blazers home basketball game? You tell me.
So I'm on my way to dance practice, and I see that there's still like a half tank of gas left. So I think to myself, nope, not time to fill up yet. It just keeps going and going. I just really love that I don't have to stop for gas very often in the Ford Fiesta.
Come with me and we'll have a real good time. Nothing's gonna change.
Check out my blog on trailblazers.com and follow me, Blazer Dancer Christy, in my Ford all season long.
For even more Trailblazers coverage, don't miss Talkin' Ball after every game on Comcast Sportsnet, featuring Ian Fernandez, Dwight James, and a special guest for every show, past Blazers, former NBA and college stars. You just never know who might show up. Make sure to catch Talkin' Ball, presented by the new Ram Outdoorsman, after every Blazers game on Comcast Sportsnet.
I love America. I love my pet bald eagle, Brock, my bison, Sarah. I love my pickup with the custom Constitution paint job. I celebrate jury duty. I love America so much, I'm making an all-American Jack combo. 2 jumbo patties with melting cheese, lettuce, tomato, and pickles, plus fries and a drink for only $4.99. I've celebrated every American tradition, except one.
Spring break Cancun, Try the All-American Jack and enter to win an All-American Spring Break for you and 10 of your friends.
Three-pointer right of the cave. Bang! They're dancing in the aisles of the Rose Garden.
Rudy, challenge, lob to Aldridge with one hand. And we head to the fourth here at a sold-out Rose Garden, sold out for the 140th consecutive time. Trailblazers will take a 3-point lead. To the final quarter, Pacific Office Automation brings us the stats through 3.
Well, it's Blazers still hanging in there with those Cav-like stats that they had in Cleveland. 16 for 17 from the foul line. But this Chicago team, they know how to grind it.
And D.Rose, 25 points on 11 of 19 shooting through 3 quarters. And, you know, you talk about MVP talk, and people really are. You look at this Bulls team, it doesn't strike fear into your heart like a Boston or a Miami.
Yeah.
But then you look at the East and look what they've done.
Yes.
It's hard to argue with the MVP talk.
Right. Oh, he deserves it. He is the guy that, you know, if you can't stop him, slow him down, you can't beat Chicago.
Aldridge back in there, so it was not a long rest.
And Wesley back in.
And we'll see how long Patty stays, as Andre Miller's been so key in this ballgame. Good start is going to be key for Portland here in the 4th.
They got to really set the pick and then drive it down because they're not leaving Aldridge that much.
Marcus along 2, shot it a little bit on his heels, and the rebound Ashik inside, and it's a 3-point ball game. Blazers led by as many as 9 in the 3rd.
Yeah, the Blazers should be able to go with Joel a little bit, checking Ashik.
Ashik's a big dude.
Yeah, he is.
Rose around Patty. Patty pokes it away. Deng, foul line leaner, gets the roll. And Andre Miller, here he comes back to the table, so it was not a long rest for him either. No. Rudy, stop and go move on Deng. Ashik tries to take the offensive foul. It was a block. And so free throws coming for Fernandez, who helps up the rookie from Turkey.
He was going a little hard. Instead of going straight up, he was going out towards the crowd, and that's why the ball didn't go in. It hit the backboard really hard.
And Monty McCutcheon was calling an offensive foul there, and it was underneath Pat Frayer, who said block, and took charge of the call.
And Mark Lindsay also had a block. Both of them had their hands on their hips.
So it's 2-1, you're saying?
Yeah, they had a 2-1 on the lead official.
Speaking to the one guy who carried the motion.
Well, when they got rid of Vinny Del Negro, they thought, you know, he just wasn't experienced enough. But Vinny's doing a nice job down with the Clippers.
Sure is.
See what the Blazers, they go zone here. Let's see if they go high-low. Yes, immediately they go high-low.
Gibson squares up on Prisbilla, now back in the hands of Rose with a shot clock at 10. Here's Rose wide open, top of the key. Missed it. Rebound Aldridge.
Boy, that's
lights off Gibson.
Yeah, that's a rebound in traffic that you didn't get from LaMarcus last year.
Miller going to work again. Ronnie Brewer on him now.
We'll see how LaMarcus swings the ball immediately.
Matthews been quiet for him tonight. Missed that runner short, and the rebound Gibson. A little bit forced there, and Matthews comes up hobbling. Yeah. Pass to Ashik. Prisbilla blocks it, and a foul call from the backside. Joel thought he had the clean block, but it'll be free throws for Omer Ashik. As C.J. Miles will come back in.
Oh, that was a good block.
Well, left hand, though, he got a piece of Ashik's left arm.
Yeah, but the left arm wasn't shooting it.
Yes.
We got to give a man a little.
Ashik not a good free throw shooter, though.
I'll tell you what. They got to hide the people in the front row. They could get hurt with this guy shooting foul shots.
Chicago just 7 of 13 at the line. Korver in and Deng out.
Now, this is what I dreaded a little bit. Deng's not having a good day. He's more athletic and more defensive-minded. But Korver tries to play defense. He's not like Capono and those guys that only shoot the ball.
So Prisbilla's foul doesn't cost Portland anything here. Their lead's still at 3, and all of a sudden things have slowed up and kind of starting to resemble that grinder that you predicted.
Yeah. Boy, they're out playing defense. They've got the wall set up, Chicago.
Rudy catch and shoot for 3. Got it. Korver mad at himself. Came a little late around that pick.
Give the goggles. He didn't give the goggles.
He's concentrating too hard.
Yeah,
12 for Rudy. This is best stretch of 3 games maybe this year.
Yeah. And he's checking Korver. Korver will get a lot of picks. Rudy's got to fight through.
Brewer, foul line over Wesley. Left it well short. Blazers give up the offensive board. Korver for 3, and he hits it. Oh, that is a killer.
Yeah, anytime. See, this is that lineup that Joel's got to get those rebounds, long or not.
Boy, second chance points have been huge in the favor of Chicago tonight. 18-2 in that category. Normally it's the Blazers with that kind of an advantage. Andre hit push against Miles down the middle. Takes the hit from Ashiq, and he'll shoot two.
Andre knows how to get inside. You say, what does he have? Does he have great quickness? No. Does he have speed? No. But he knows how to play the game.
There's the Rudy three. Boy, and he is
no goggles.
Letting it fly right now with confidence. And there is Andre.
Andre just went into the big guy. He knew he wasn't getting that off. Draw the fouls.
Boy, this is for Andre, who didn't have a good offensive night at all in Cleveland, but made a few when they counted, as in 3 straight in the final 4 minutes of that game against the Cavs.
Those were the gutsiest shots I've seen anybody take all year. He just took over. You knew he wanted those shots at the end of the Cleveland game.
Yeah, he doesn't often look for his own, especially on the perimeter, but he was doing that the other night. And tonight, 19 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, 7 of 10 shooting.
Yeah, when we talked in the pregame, we said now he's the 16th all-time career assist man, but tonight he's going to try to score.
You did call that. Brewer back to Korver. Korver with it in the corner now. Miles uses a pick from Gibson. Miles throws out of bounds, tried to go to Gibson. Gibson looks back and says, what are you doing? C.J. Watson, why am I calling him Miles?
Yeah, well,
there's so many Utah players, I'm throwing Miles out.
That's right. You got Utah in your mind.
8:53. I won't do it again. Left in the contest. Trailblazers by 5.
Oh, do you really think it'll work? Huh, you just wait. Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. I've been with a loose woman.
Freddie, is that you?
Yes, Father.
Who was she? Was it Tiffany from the post office?
I'm not gonna tell, Father.
Was it Brandy from the supermarket?
My lips are sealed.
Or Angie, the new teacher?
I'm not going to say.
So be it, my son. That's 40 Hail Marys for you then.
So, how'd it go? I got 2 new leads.
What's the best part about buying a Toyota certified used vehicle? It's not the 160-point inspection, the incredible warranties, the 24-hour roadside assistance, or the Carfax Vehicle History Report. It's that you're getting a Toyota. Toyota certified used vehicles. The best new cars make the best used cars. Hurry in and get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on all Toyota certified used vehicles. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota.
When you're the world's best basketball player, they don't want to just beat you. They want to delete you.
Some take souls. Some take scalps. The boss takes shoes.
Bring them to me! They thought it would be an easy battle.
That move ain't nothing. I'm the boss.
They thought wrong. Because this time, he strikes back. Kobe Bryant is The Black Mamba, a Nike basketball production directed by Robert Rodriguez. Coming soon.
Trailblazers have led throughout here in the second half and hold a 5-point lead now with still 8:53 left. Alaska Airlines and the Trailblazers want to know where in the world our fans are wearing their Blazers gear. Send us your shot to the 4Fans page on trailblazers.com. Tonight, the winner, Dan Hurdle or Hertel. You know that area, Mike Rice. You've been there. You're big.
Oh, yes. The day I was there, the Great Wall was so packed, I could hardly see the wall.
Well, one lucky winner after the season will get 200,000 free miles courtesy of Alaska Airlines. For the lowest fares guaranteed, visit alaskaair.com. Blazers coming back in the rebound department. They were trailing it big time in that first half.
Well, Chicago's used to winning. They had a 6-game winning streak stopped by Golden State the other night. So they thought they'd bounce back easy tonight.
I don't think they thought it was going to be easy. Miller, baseline, wouldn't stay. Because the last 2 times they've been here, they've lost by a combined 66 points, as we pointed out earlier.
Yeah, but Boozers had a lot of good luck in this. Rose, they got this.
C.J. Watson back to Brewer. Now Gibson holding. Shot clock at 8. Rose getting a short rest. Brewer well off the mark. Gibson was pushed out of the way. Oh, Frisbilla then run down by Brewer. And they score.
Yeah, it was a little late for Joel to step in front of the guy. I thought the ref made a good no call.
Watson defending close on Miller. Now they go back to Aldridge. Marcus hasn't scored yet in the fourth. Back to Rudy.
Rudy was ready to put it up.
Long two by Fernandez. Prisbilla, one-handed offensive rebound, then throws it away, but the Blazers get it back. Well, good hustle by Wesley Matthews.
Sure was. As you said, Wesley's really been working tonight on defense.
Rudy, well, they're paying attention to Rudy, aren't they? Draws a double into the corner, then throws it away. Watson, Brewer, lays it in. Blazers give up the 2 points off the turnover, and it's a 1-point Portland lead.
And they're doing all this with L.A. in the game. Boozer came back in, and Nate's going to call a timeout.
Rudy and L.A. talk things over as they come out. Nicholas Batum will be back in there when we come out of the break as Portland will go a little smaller once again. 7:08 left.
When you stay at Seven Feathers and book the safari package, you can get up close and personal with some pretty cool cats. Hey, Babaloo.
Oh, bro, have a seat.
So what's good on the grill tonight?
Oh, man, you got to try the antelope tri-tip.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Pass me your plate. Napkin?
Man, I don't need no stinking napkin. Dinner with the Lions at Wildlife Safari. Just one of the close animal encounters available. At Seven Feathers Casino Resort, wildlife is a close encounter for something totally different. Book your wildlife package today at sevenfeathers.com.
We all need people who will be there for us in life. People who say, we're with you no matter what. At Wachovia and Wells Fargo, we're with you when a house turns into a home.
Excuse me, Rufus.
When a passion becomes a career. When a relationship turns into a lifetime. And when all the hard work finally pays off. We're with you when you need someone to stand by you. Wachovia, Wells Fargo, and you. Together, we'll go far.
On the next all-new episode of Wanted, the ladies compete to make it to the top 12 and a chance to host their own adventure series. Do they have strength?
My strength is me.
Speed.
Is that all you have left?
Stamina.
I'm a little out of breath.
And the ability to shine on camera.
Do everything it takes to win it.
They lay everything on the line for a chance to be Wanted. Catch an all-new episode of Wanted, Adventure Woman, presented by Fred Meyer, tomorrow at 10 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Well, an untimely Trailblazers turnover. And Chicago able to come back and cut it to 1. Blazers have led by as many as 9 here this half. Let's take a look at the Coors Light Freeze play tonight. What have you selected?
Well, they're taking advantage of a guy that hasn't had a lot of minutes in the NBA by setting a down pick and then slipping it. Watch right here. L.A. goes to set a pick down in the right-hand corner. Freeze it right there. See, there's confusion. The big guy is going to help out on the guard going out, and then L.A. slips right through. That's how he gets those easy alley-oops if the defender is not smart enough to play L.A. instead of playing the guy that's getting the pick.
That is the Coors Light Freeze play. This game has really slowed down. Yeah, Blazers had 28 points in the first, 22 in the second, 25 in the third. Aldridge.
We knew they were going to Aldridge, yeah.
Marcus against Boozer. Takes him to the middle. Fades away. Boozer got away with a little push, and that's what Aldridge is saying. He got knocked off and threw it up short with the hook. And the Bulls now can take their first lead of the second half. Korver working off a pick, throw it away right to Andre Miller. Andre out trying to take advantage. He's fouled and will shoot free throws.
Yeah.
As Watson tried to get in before he went up, but Miller too crafty for that.
I was wondering how long they would keep Rose out. Not very long.
Korver tried to turn the corner thinking he'd have an advantage on Fernandez. Andre Miller, as soon as he hears that whistle, that ball goes up to the rim.
Throws it up. Look at Derrick Rose trying to intercept a message by Nate to Wesley Matthews.
Is that cheating?
A little bit. You let the guy coach.
You can't spy on an opponent's work? What's scouting for then?
That's those football guys do that. They sneak into your stadium and have binoculars and watch you practice. Basketball, they don't do that.
Andre rims in the second. Blazers as a team, 22 for 23 from the line in this game. One of the best free throw shooting teams in the league.
Now you got to keep an eye on Korver. They'll try to run some double picks for Korver.
I'd keep an eye on D.Rose if I were the Trailblazers.
And that's what they were doing. The big guys, they were setting a double pick for Korver on this side. Rose goes to the left side, and no help from the big guys because they were too anxious to help.
Rose has 27. Rudy turns the corner, dances to the hoop, and lays it in.
That was a Euro move.
Rudy with 14 now off the bench.
Yeah, that was big right there. Get that 3-point lead. And keep an eye on Rose.
Rose double clutches, no. Ball picked up by Matthews inside. Blazers 3-on-3, and Andre Miller going to wait for the secondary fast break. Rudy wisely gets Rose, and he'll shoot 3. Rose left his feet. Rudy took advantage.
That was masterful. He could have ducked under, but he knew I can get 3.
Boy, this is the best stretch of basketball for Rudy Fernandez in his Trailblazers career.
Yeah, he's playing smart. They're going to look at this. What is your...
was behind the line. I couldn't see us.
Yeah, it's tough to see.
I had part of the press table, and I had half of Tom Thibodeau between me and Rudy. So they'll look at it. Teams will talk about it.
Let's see. Here it is. Let's see. Oh, that's 3.
Not yet.
That's 3.
That's
3. 3.
Officials see the same thing that we just saw. And Rudy will shoot 3. There is what the ref saw.
Gave a fake. He looks at his feet. Yes.
Very smart. As normally in those positions, a lot of times Rudy will let the man clear and then take a wide open 3. But if you got him close enough to you to have him bump, you do it.
Yeah, anytime you do that and the guy goes by you, you're always trying to hurry your shot. This way, a good foul shooter gets a chance to make him with no one coming at him.
Rudy 84% on the season.
I was a little worried about the first. Now Blazers really have to tighten up with this small team in there on second chance points, offensive rebounds for the Bulls. They've got Gibson in there. They have, of course, Boozer. And then they have Korver, the outside shooter. Is that Deng still in there too?
Yes.
All right.
Boy, Rudy, 19 against Indiana, 17 against Cleveland, 17 tonight. Consistent minutes and consistent scoring and output from Rudy. Rose doubled out top. Boozer's wide open inside. Gibson almost traveled with the ball.
Nate wanted that. Everyone wanted it.
Rose, one-on-one with Batum. Takes the jumper over Nicholas. Around and out. Gibson, the offensive rebound. Missed it. Rebound tipped around. Blazers trying to grab it, and they do. Miller, 3-on-3. Andre to the hoop. Fouled. He'll shoot free throws.
Get aggressive, Blazers, and they do. And give Rudy credit. He was battling on that defensive board. People were knocking him down.
Boy, against with anybody else with the ball in your hands, you'll say, pull it up when he's 3-on-3. But Andre Miller, he'll find a way to get to the free throw line. Korver tried to set up for the offensive foul, and Andre knew he had him right where he wanted him.
Yeah, if you got a guy like Korver back there, that's not a shot blocker. That's not a guy that moves his feet real well. He has improved through the years playing for Jerry Sloan.
All right. 22 points for Miller tonight. 8 assists, 6 rebounds. Almost starting to flirt into triple-double territory, although a little ways to go yet rebounding.
And I think you should mention 36 minutes.
Hey, you can rest tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. There'll be a maintenance day tomorrow. And then the next day, I think a guy, Brandon Roy and Marcus Camby will join the group.
It's a 7-0 Portland run. Still a lot of time left.
Keep an eye on Korver. Don't let him.
Blazers have just one team foul, so they can be aggressive. It's a blocking foul on Rudy. That's the first team foul on, or second team foul on Portland.
No shot. No shot. No. See, and that's what Rose is going to try to do. He's going to try to get real aggressive.
But that's okay to do there if you. Ooh, Rudy, pretty good position.
Yeah, I'm telling you. That's
I didn't think initially that was even close. Replay showed otherwise. Deng guarded by Miller. Deng turns the corner. Over Aldridge, tough attempt. Got it back and scored. Big time effort by Deng when Chicago desperately needed it. Matthews in transition. Tried to score it. Tried to put it back. Couldn't get either down, and here come the Bulls.
You got to squeeze him now. Don't let him. LaMarcus did a nice job of staying in front.
Rose nearly throws it away. Deng fouled by Matthews. No free throws here, I don't believe. So third team foul on Portland. Deng was thinking initially he'd have free throws, and that's not the case.
And you know what Lou said? They didn't know who the foul was on. You know what Lou said after that?
No.
Dang.
That's the first time you've ever used that.
Yeah, right. This year.
No, you used it on November 1st.
Oh, did I?
Yes. When he had a career high against Portland. Rose. Little resistance to the rim with the dunk. He's got 29.
Well, he was just showing the Blazers I can go left. Blazers were trying to stop him from going right, and he went left. Really did a nice job.
Blazers need a bucket here. Aldridge had deep position against Boozer. Miller back. L.A. long two. Got it. Big bucket to answer the Rose jam.
Boy, it sure was.
31 for Aldridge. Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Dunk. Outside shot.
What a contest between Rose and Aldridge here. And that'll be free throws for Derrick Rose, who's trying to take over this ball game for Chicago.
Now I think you do have to squeeze him a little bit more because he's not L.A. It just seems so natural to take that little shot. I think you have to make him kick it out, even if it's Korver, and then try to close on Korver because he's not going to fake you and go around you.
Well, Nate McMillan is not believing free throws should be given here to Rose. He's talking to Mommy right in front of us, but I think it's tough not to give him free throws here. And Rose hits. Let's take a look and see if Nate what kind of case he has here.
Yeah,
I think he was. That's potentially in the act of shooting.
But that part of it, I don't agree. I agree he got fouled. I would like to have the referee explain that to me while we're looking at it.
All right, 4-point Portland lead. As Rose 31 to match Aldridge's 31.
And it's easier for Rose to get his than L.A. because L.A. you got to work to get it to him.
Aldridge right into Boozer, and that's going to be free throws for Aldridge as Chicago has long been in the penalty.
Yes. And once again, L.A.
And that's Carlos Boozer. He's backing up into his chest. And that's just something he didn't have in here.
No. If he couldn't step back, now he steps at you, and that makes his step back move to shoot the outside shot even more efficient.
We thought we'd perhaps be able to say what a matchup between two great all-stars here tonight. In Aldridge and Rose, and they're dueling it out here in the fourth. But LaMarcus misses just the second free throw of the game for Portland. And LaMarcus, that's the only other thing that frustrates him on occasion. He'll give up a free throw late in games like this.
Yeah, but that was right in. He had great arc on the ball. He had everything. It was like one of those putts that rim out.
That one he gets. He's 8 of 10 at the line. He has 32 points and 8 rebounds. Blazers by 5. 3.5 left.
Blazers go zone. Try to take Rose away from going one-on-one.
Rose takes the three. Off the mark. Rebound. Aldridge trying to grab it. Knocked out of his hands, but they're going to say Chicago ball.
Boy, and they went right over his back.
And a new shot clock for the Bulls.
That was a key play right there.
Blazers in the penalty now. Chicago will be shooting next dead. Deng flips it over. Aldridge and good.
Boy, that little luck on that. Boy, but the outside official, Mark Lindsay, really saw the over the back, and he was starting up court because he thought Aldridge had the ball.
Aldridge against Taj Gibson this time. Boozer has 4 fouls. They try Gibson on LaMarcus. Aldridge out to Batum. Wouldn't take the 3. Kicks it to L.A. He takes the hit, and he'll shoot free throws again.
Oh, now, if they complain about that, they'll make them announcers.
Oh.
Because only announcers complain as much as...
Tom Thibodeau is giving Pat Frayer an earful as we go to the break. 2:49 left. It's Rose and Aldridge right now going to battle.
One Saturday night, someone went through town slashing tires. Sunday morning, one of Andy Spencer's customers at Les Schwab went to Andy's house to see if he could help.
You got it.
Andy got in his truck and drove up and down the streets, helping anyone who needed it. He worked at it pretty hard most of the day.
That's all of them.
Andy didn't tell anybody no. He really went above and beyond his duties as a manager and a neighbor. I'm James Hamilton, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
If you've never gotten stuck in traffic, if you've never practiced voodoo, if you've never gorged yourself, you wouldn't understand. It's a Northwest thing, and so is Honda. Earth-friendly, economical, exceptional. Cars as special and distinctive as we are, with a 50-year reputation for value. And right now, you'll find special savings on every Honda model. So get into your Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda, it's a Northwest thing.
Now February any. This month, every day, any of your favorite regular footlongs are $5 footlongs. Even the melty steak and cheese and the delicious chicken and bacon ranch. Join the celebration.
Michael and Adam with you. Trailblazers leading at 94-91, and LaMarcus Aldridge, Michael, has been giving the team everything. He's a man-child right now out there.
Well, it's about the paint. We've talked all night about what's going to happen in the painted area. LaMarcus stays with it, and then he says, okay, let me go with my Tiger Cat.
If LaMarcus is 1A, Andre Miller is 1B. The two have combined for 55 points so far. Hold on to your hats. This is sure to be a great finish. Back to Mike and Mike.
Yeah, 2 free throws coming for Aldridge here, guys. And Portland trying to hang on here without Dante Cunningham tonight. Of course, no Brandon Roy, no Marcus Camby, no Greg Oden. You know the story. Brandon Roy, though, saying, I'm coming back this weekend. And this is him doing some work earlier, and he had the knees scoped, had both of them worked on, and not that long ago. And Brandon is fired up and says he has not gained gained any weight since sitting out, but a trying time this has been for him, and he's wanting to come back right now.
Now, they showed him doing a little dance there, but he also did shooting, going one-on-one with Bill Bano. He did a lot of things.
And Marcus Camby saying he circled the Toronto game as the one he's coming back in. That'll be the first game on the next trip, which is actually the next Portland game. And Marcus Camby joined us during the second quarter from the bench for a while.
Blazers going back to the zone. It's all about Rose. Now you got to watch Korver when you go back to the zone.
Watch Luol Deng. He takes the 3. Air ball. Rebound. Matthews. Deng is 5 of 12 tonight, but that's his spot.
But you let him go a little to stop Rose and Korver. They're the 2 guys that can really hurt you if you're playing a zone.
Aldridge going back door. He spins on Gibson and jams. Andre Miller, the lob pass. And Chicago calls time.
Gibson, you're not in the Pac-10 anymore.
What a play call out of the timeout. Blazers set it all up. We hadn't seen the spin alley-oop tonight. We have now.
What's the best part about buying a Toyota certified used vehicle? It's not the 160-point inspection, the incredible warranties, the 24-hour roadside assistance, or the Carfax Vehicle History Report. It's that you're getting a Toyota. Toyota certified used vehicles. The best new cars make the best used cars. Hurry in and get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on all Toyota certified used vehicles. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota.
Jack, what is this?
My spicy chicken sandwich?
How long have you had a spicy chicken sandwich?
Forever. My spicy chicken sandwich is a classic, with a spicy, crispy, all-white meat chicken breast, lettuce, tomato, and mayo on a sesame seed bun.
I thought I knew you. What else are you hiding from me?
Nothing. I think she's on to us.
Back here to sold-out Rose Garden, sold out for the 140th consecutive time. And fans loving what they're seeing.
We don't even want to be in the All-Star game.
No, marriage proposal for L.A. 7 straight points for LaMarcus Aldridge for the Trailblazers. Let's take a look at that last one, how it's set up, Mike Rice. We've seen it before, but this is a play call out of the timeout. Watch the give back to the Matthews pick. Now he's got Gibson leaning right where he wants.
Right. He's three-quartered them, and when they three-quarter L.A., that's what happens. Boom. Now, when you got a guy like D.Rose on the other team, this game is a long way from being over. That guy is so explosive.
Aldridge with 36.
Blazers zone. Keep an eye on Korver now.
Deng inside, worked to the soft spot in that zone and flipped it in.
And what Rudy did, he listened to me, and he went for Korver, and he let the cutter wide open.
Under 2 to play now. Portland lead is 5.
Yeah, that was a big basket right there.
Rudy to L.A., nothing cooking yet. Shot clock at 8. Matthews, been quiet night offensively for him. Rudy. Nowhere to go, had to throw it at the rim. He tried to tip it in, but not a good possession. Here comes Rose, full head of steam. Right side, Deng, right through his hands. Blazers 2-on-1.
Smart. Oh, Wesley Matthews, you're maturing as I'm sitting here. Really smart, because they had the 2-on-1, but not really. Two guys that shoot the ball and not pass it well.
Miller works around Rose. Bruiser cuts him off. Aldridge long two. Got it!
Yeah, call a timeout.
Aldridge inside, Aldridge outside. Blazers by 7. It'll go full. LaMarcus has 38.
Whoa! My tooth.
14 of 22, 8 rebounds as well, 10 of 12 at the free throw line. He's an all-star.
Yeah.
Left, still time, but the Blazer lead is 7. LaMarcus Aldridge, 38 points, 14 of 22. You think Chicago hadn't seen enough of Aldridge? He had 33 in the first meeting, and that's big time there.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, with Nicholas cooling off, not getting the attempts, Wesley Matthews not getting the attempts, it's all been on the shoulders of the big guy, L.A.
Still a lot of time left in this game. And Korver out there as a dangerous three-point shooter. Rose, of course, Deng. Here's Rose, steps back for 3, got it.
Oh, man, and that was, they defended it well. And that's one
Blazers
thing,
now call time.
That's one thing you didn't want, a three-pointer in that situation. And they had them really inside.
Must be here. Are you getting paid to shop? Make sure you sign up for your Fred Meyer Rewards card. And this could be you next time Freddy sends out their rebates. They're as good as cash. What's on your list today?
What is that, shredded beef?
Yeah, it's
What happened?
That's the slow simmered beef talking.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
Slow done right. Mexican spices and shredded beef, slow simmered. A barbacoa burrito, new at Taco Bell.
Blazers talking things over in the timeout. That was a quick three-pointer by D.Rose. He's got 34 points. And still a lot of work left for the Trailblazers here. Still 1:05 to go. And there you see the game reset. Neither team a foul to give. Blazers 2 timeouts. Chicago just 1:20 left.
Yeah, and that could hurt them. That could play. Now, this is when your go-to guy is your inside guy, it's difficult because you want to run a little time off the clock. And if you do that, you don't have as much time to get it into L.A. inside. So that's why it's tough when your go-to guy is an inside guy. See, they're going to run a little time, but then it'll be tough to get the ball into L.A. They'll start at about 10 seconds.
Rudy wants Aldridge against Taj Gibson. L.A. He's done everything else tonight. He fades and hits. Holy cow.
Holy cow, he's right.
He's matched his career high with 40. Rose. Get out on Derrick Rose. Now he's pinned on the baseline. Gibson. Gibson baseline runs down Aldridge. Yeah. Offensive foul. He does it at both ends.
He's done everything tonight. Sell popcorn. Man.
This, his last field goal to give him 40. And then the defense at the other end. And a 20-second timeout called by Portland. They'll have one left. Chicago will have one left. LaMarcus Aldridge has 11 straight Blazer points.
And hey, there's been so much talk about who's the man at the end of the game and who's this, who's that. You can have a lot of people be the man, but if you're not double teaming L.A., you've got to make sure he gets touches. And I'm sure Brandon Roy understands that. He's watched enough of this Blazer team and what they do well to say, hey, there's room for everybody on this team doing different things at different times. That's what the great teams do, like the San Antonio Spurs. That's why they have only lost 2 games at home, because you never know in the fourth quarter, is it going to be Ginobili, Parker, Duncan? They spread it out, the fame.
And ironically, Portland's last home win came over the San Antonio Spurs. All of the home games this month are must-see TV.
Yeah, above 500 teams, all of them.
Lakers, Denver, Atlanta still left.
Yeah, Lakers.
San Antonio, Chicago, it's crazy. Portland inbounds. Chicago trying to foul? No, they're just trying to defend Miller. He dribbles his way out of it, and now they're trying to catch him, and finally Korver does. And so free throws coming for Andre Miller.
And we said that this Bull team hadn't lost 3 in a row the whole year. They've lost 2 in a row 3 times. Only the Celtics, the Thunder, and San Antonio can claim that. They've got to go to Utah next. Now, they get a day off. It's not back-to-back because the Eastern teams aren't allowed to do back-to-backs.
They're going to take all of their Utah players to Utah. Korver, Boozer, Ronnie Brewer.
Yeah.
The long list. Blazers now on the season. What a 16-5 when they score 100 points.
Ooh. And what a complete game. Offense, defense, execution.
And coming, as we've said before, coming as the first game home following the road trip after just one day off after a stretch of 3 games and 4 nights. That's just, you can't stress enough how difficult that is in the NBA.
Yeah, and shorthanded. Our man.
And Cunningham out.
Dante Cunningham, they gave him a mask. They said, you know, but if we don't need you, and they did.
There's Dante right there.
Yeah.
We thought he was going to play tonight. Took that elbow. You see his right eye still swollen.
He'll get a chance to see how, I'm sure they'll have tomorrow off, and then they'll practice Wednesday and Thursday before they make the trip to the tundra.
All things considered, and there have been a lot of them this year, is this the best game of LaMarcus Aldridge's career?
Yes, yes. Simply because he had to rebound, he had to fight off the Bulls with a small unit in there.
And he hasn't always had great games against Carlos Boozer, even though Boozer's not a great defender.
Right. He's been able, Boozer, to take away some of the strengths of LaMarcus, the step-back shot. Now LaMarcus has all the shots.
They go to Luol Deng, try to get a quick 2 on Aldridge. He blocks it. Picked up by Deng, and he reverses it in. 23 seconds left. Blazers are going to have to make some free throws to ice this thing away. They take their final timeout. So neither team now has a timeout left.
But that was a smart timeout, because if you throw it in and someone hits a three-pointer
right there. And now you get it up to midcourt. You can forward the ball.
Yeah. They'll take it up to midcourt.
And Blazers can pick whatever side they want to take it out. Here's Deng. There's the block shot by Aldridge.
The other Blazers not. Oh, get in there. And
second block for LaMarcus.
And I'll tell you, if there's trash to be taken out, he's done everything else. The man is just, has he blossomed. And it really is a shame that the rest of the nation not see him in the All-Star game in L.A. L.A. to L.A. You can see everyone in the West. There's no one in the game that doesn't deserve to be in the game.
Sure.
But, you know, I really question Duncan with that pick. Simply, I don't question Love. I don't question Blake Griffin. You know, there's reasons for all. But Duncan is... Duncan has been around so long and has been to so many All-Star games.
Only when compared to Aldridge. I mean, nothing against Kevin Love. Foul Boozer. Miller back to the free throw line. And one of 2 here makes it a 3-possession game.
And no timeouts. Right. See, they've got to come the length of the court.
Look at that. Somebody put the numbers for you, the head-to-head comparison.
There, look at that. Now there's... that's good. That is really good. And it's great camera work finding that immediately.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very timely. Hey, you know, if Aldridge has been your star tonight, then the guy right there sharing the podium with him is Andre Miller.
Yes.
How good has he been tonight?
And put a third in there, Nate McMillan. Absolutely. He has these guys believing they can beat the Chicago Bulls. They can beat the San Antonio Spurs. Short-handed doesn't mean anything.
And all you got to do is look around the league at the other teams who have been short-handed this year for any length of time. It just doesn't happen. Rose in transition. Fouled by Batum. I don't know if there was much of a foul there. Batum not believing there was.
Well, we'll have to see. We always have to see. I hardly ever criticize without seeing.
Well, you do, but then you oftentimes will correct if you were wrong.
Yes. And the only reason the Blazers didn't go zone there, they didn't want the 3-pointers. 2 they can put up with. Let's take a look here and see what Nicholas...
Tough to tell from that, but there was contact.
Boy, and it was Derrick Rose really trying to create contact just because he wanted to get to that foul line, stop the clock.
2-possession game again, but Chicago doesn't have any timeouts. Neither does Portland. Rudy gets it, and they foul him.
Yeah.
And, you know, we mentioned Miller. We got to mention Rudy with the consistency he's given Portland the last few games.
Yeah, you know, we were talking about minutes played. Rudy's played 35 minutes tonight.
Yeah, well, no Cunningham. He's gotten those minutes.
Yeah, and, you know, he had to come through. Shot just about 50%, 17 points. This will make him 19 points on the day, so that's a big-time contribution.
And by the way, Andre Miller's 27 tonight, a season high. He's got 27 points, 11 assists, 6 rebounds. Miller on 7 of 11 shooting. So as good as one point guard has been, D.Rose, Miller is very much in that same area code in this game.
Well, he did what he had to do, score and get assists. Andre Miller.
Rose out to Korver. Hits the 3 with 5.5 left. So it's still a 2-possession game, though.
Yeah.
They foul Aldridge, and he'll get his new career high.
Right.
He didn't want the ball necessarily. He didn't exactly.
Yeah, well, he made himself available.
Well, sure.
Sure. Why not? And the people, the knowledgeable Blazer fans realize it's a career high.
As soon as he got it,
they know that stuff. Yeah.
Look at the standing ovation, not only for tonight, but for the body of work this season.
Yeah. And there was a certain writer in town that said the Blazers take too many standing ovations. Their fans give too many standing ovations. Hey, and Andre Miller's telling him, give this guy a hand.
And those same people and those same writers will find something about this ball game that you're foolish if you get too excited about it.
That's the performance.
Ooh. He hits a pair. He's got a new career high and a smile on his face.
And it's not against the Milwaukee Bucks. It's against the Chicago Bulls.
And Rose off the mark. And the Trailblazers do it again. Short-handed as ever. And Brandon Roy comes onto the floor to congratulate Aldridge. 42 points. 15 of 23. 12 of 14 at the line. 8 rebounds, couple of block shots as well. And the Trailblazers get the victory. Terry Porter is standing by with L.A.
Well, standing next to L.A., obviously the hero of the night. Just talk about your performance tonight offensively.
Just felt good tonight. You know, I think I started out kind of slow, but found my rhythm in the second, and just felt good tonight.
Well, new career high, obviously. You just went through a lot of different areas. The pick and roll seemed to work really well tonight. They didn't seem to rotate you, and you also had good patience in the post. Talk a little bit about that.
The pick and rolls, they wanted to down us, you know, so I was always open. You know, early I tried to drive to the basket, you know, keep them honest. Late in the game, my jump shot started falling. They weren't doubling, you know, so much, so I was just taking my time.
Just talk about this team. I mean, the resilience of this team. It doesn't matter who you guys play, how short-handed you guys are. You guys come out and you play unbelievable. You give yourself an opportunity to win ball games.
Yeah, guys play hard, you know. Guys step up. Rudy, Nick, you know, Nick's playing the 4 right now, you know, so I think Nick's playing big for us. You know, I think, you know, guys just have to step up. Play.
Great job tonight.
All right, thanks.
All right, thanks, Terry. And LaMarcus Aldridge, boy, it was great to see that standing ovation from the crowd as he went to the free throw line for his final points tonight, which made it a new career high, 42 for Aldridge. Trailblazers beat the Chicago Bulls 109-103. Back to wrap it up after this.
At Weimar, we work hard to save